concept of the multiverse, the concept of alternative universes with alternative laws of physics. If there was something that they could do that might open up a door to a parallel universe, you don't think they would do it?
How to capture a pure, untainted fart. You're going to want to fill a bathtub and get a fart receptacle. You're going to want to get your cup and you're going to want to fill it up with water. Then, when you invert it, you will notice that it is filled with water all the way in the jar. Now, when you fart towards the surface, the air will travel up and end up in the top of the jar here. Let's try it out. As you can see, the top of this jar has a little bit of air in it, but it's not air. Now, submerge the cup again and screw the lid on. Once you take it out of the water, you'll notice there's a little bubble in there. You know what that is. The final step is to bring this to a friend and have them sniff it.
That man is doing the Lord's work.
Hello, that's science, folks. That's
yes,
science.
That is science. That is bathtub science. That is, you know what?
The best kind of science,
bro science. But hello, welcome to episode 61 of the Weekend Pregame, where we are going to talk about the Trump Assassination documentary, and I've got some weird stuff to talk about and laugh at and make fun of and question what the fuck's wrong with this world, and we get to make fun of the Acolyte.
Yay!
Why?
Yay!
Because the Acolyte is dead.
Dead, Jim.
Damn it!
Wait, whoa! You telling me that petition isn't going to work?
I'm saving my commentary. I'm saving it.
People are crying about it, and we're gonna look at the crybabies because it's amusing.
It saves me from doing a video.
And the best part is like there's some of them out there that understand why it happened, and they're
moments of clarity that
they're fucking coping. They're fucking coping. It's funny. So that's why we're going to talk about it. And as I look at myself in the camera, I need to go get a fucking haircut. This is terrible.
Yeah, hippie.
This is absolutely terrible. How's everyone doing? Steve, you moved out.
Aw.
Your hairline is terrible. Keep that hat on. Holy shit.
Damn.
Well, it came back, just not as it used to be.
I fucking hate you all.
What an awful thing to say.
That's exciting and interesting. Thanks, Steve. Duke, how have you been?
Oh, absolutely, actually, honestly, slammed with work.
Slammed with work. You have been quiet. You have been quiet.
Yeah, I mean, literally, 2 attorneys left.
Oh, shit.
So, there's been some redistribution of files.
Oh boy.
Fun.
We lost Steve.
Weird. Well, yeah, we lost him, and then he was like back in the mix.
Crazy.
Why do I look? I feel like it's toilet cam.
Are you on the shitter?
Please God, no.
No.
I don't know.
He said, fuck, dude, am I that guy? Wouldn't put it past him.
Did we heard you shit on stream before, Steve?
No, I did it on purpose.
This is a while ago. This is before you lived with me.
That was a while ago.
You thought you muted and you were shitting on stream.
Oh Lord.
Had to shut his camera off. Too much.
Fractured,
how have you been, good sir?
I've been pretty good myself, relearning what to do in DaVinci and stuff like that to get some memes for the intro on Saturday. I'm really looking forward to. I always look forward to Saturdays and everything, and of course Thursdays. But this week in particular, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm gonna have some fun. I'm gonna be enjoying the shit out of it. Oh my god!
Did you get Chiefster on? Get Chiefster on.
I leave it to him. I give him the damn link, and I leave it to him. I know there's a request to get the Chiefster in, but the Chiefster denies those requests.
I think he would be perfect for this episode to mock the Acolyte. That's really the only reason why I want him on, because he's really good at talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why.
Yeah. No, believe me, that's why I want him on, because I know how well he can rip into shit.
Let's see. And we have Kel calling us late in CIA, which maybe RFK is going to be dismantling here in the next 6 months or so.
Hey, watch that CIA talk.
Well, you're not the CIA, so you actually want the CIA to go because you two are in competition for money.
All right.
Yeah,
trying to get a new.
And of course, we got Meteor Advocate Timon. How are you,
Hey,
good
Timon.
sir? Let's see it now. The Netherlands server. I mean, Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Huh? I don't know.
He keeps moving around. Remember, he's got to keep changing. Yeah.
Oh, for the
yeah.
Well, he's not on Rumble. I have the intro song stuck in my head.
It's a good tune.
So everyone was assigned with the task of watching the TMZ, and I keep pointing out that it's TMZ because for a company like that to come out and do a documentary on the Trump shooting and give it a fair shake is a little surprising.
It was interesting. Sorry, I was. Huh? Now it's just a light.
Yeah, I don't know
something. It was interesting for sure. There was some sweeping going on between some of the former agents and stuff that you could kind of catch onto, and so on. It was like it part of it too really kind of lends to some of the people's conspiracy theories that Trump set it up. Just the way some of the journalist in particular talks about Trump turning his head and having the projector, never done that before, sort of thing. To me, like, it almost could lend to people going, he set it all up, sort of thing.
Right. So that was kind of like my first bullet point on this, is the reporter at the very beginning.
Yeah, they get it right out of the way from the start. But then she seems very close with Trump. So
yeah, she's definitely pro-Trump. She goes to all the rallies. She works for the Washington Examiner to begin with, and they're more independent, as far as I know,
right,
as opposed to like the Washington Post.
Yeah.
So she's kind of like the Trump campaign gal, right?
Right.
For that team. So I don't think she was implying anyone thinking that Trump set this up.
It just, like I said, it very much lends to that, to people's the way they tried to spin that narrative that this was a setup and stuff like that. I wasn't saying she was intentionally doing so, but I'm just saying I could see how people could come to that conclusion a little bit.
Do you think TMZ was kind of trying to pull at those strings?
I think they were when you get to the segment 2 where the agents kind of getting some questioning. One guy, the first guy, I believe they talked to, I didn't remember anybody's fucking names.
They didn't really make a big deal out of names.
No,
they didn't have like the bottom third or anything.
Right. But he was kind of, I think the guy in the striped jacket, he kind of makes, he more just makes a comparison, or just the thought of, okay, we're looking for particular agents. They maybe are of a certain height to help maybe protect the president.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Right. But what I heard when he was talking about that was just as an example. And then later with some of those other questioners, it gets spun into more of they need to be X height almost. So that's where it really just kind of.
I believe he was the one that says what this does is because they've never really considered height, I guess.
Right.
But he's 6'3".
Right. And he was just kind of, like I said, he was kind of using it as a set example of just then using hiring quotas, looking for particulars, what they now do, which is they are hiring they have to probably hire X amount of people of a certain background and stuff like that. So that's how I kind of looked at that.
And there was the other former agent that was just pissed off that this even happened.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like 10% of the Secret Service is women. And he's like, if you draw names out of a hat.
Well, yeah, I think that's the guy who I'm talking about. He first makes that first suggestion about it, but then it gets kind of spun differently later on when TMZ is asking the other former agents about it. Because then they start talking about it very differently than the way it was originally proposed.
Well, and then there was the black woman that's all like, they want to set the Secret Service back 50 years.
Yeah, she was sweeping hard.
She was. It almost makes you wonder if she might feel she was one of them DEI hires.
Oh, just possibly.
Why would you feel that?
Possibly.
The way she was coming at it was like the idea that we find people tall enough to protect the
yeah. Well, that's where I think TMZ was trying to stir the shit pot a bit. But it's funny because she says at one point it was handled textbook for the whole thing, but then I don't remember exactly what she says later, but basically the opposite of what the way she first looked at the whole setup and everything. I'm like, you're speaking two different things here.
Yeah, she almost had nothing to offer to the conversation except DEI.
Yeah.
And by that I mean that's what she was supporting without using the words.
And that kind of actually just goes against the whole thing. Like this happened because of DEI. That's kind of what they were saying. At least that's what a lot of people are saying.
And then there was the angry guy actually used the word merit, I want to say.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry. Oh, wait, yeah, I got the guys mixed up. Yeah. The older guy with more gray hair or the more white hair. That guy. And he was just like, because I think the TMZ guy was stirring the pot a bit, because he starts saying, oh, well, for my agents or myself, I think it's either himself or his agents, he's like, I would have gone up to the individual, just kind of start a general conversation. How are you doing? Where are you from? Stuff like that. That's how they had her saying like, oh, it was either her or the other guy that was kind of standing up for the agency of like, oh, there's nothing you could do other than to wait for basically the event to occur. But that guy, the angry guy, was just like, if there are these certain people that are being pointed out as a potential problem, that's where you just go up and it's like I said, the way he was phrasing it was like you kind of start a general conversation, but you're keeping an eye on the way they're speaking, if there's any kind of weirdness about them, so on and so forth. So he presented this whole other side of, yes, you could absolutely question a person that is suspect. So it was kind of funny the different sides of the way that it was being looked at through these different quote unquote agents.
So when it comes to the Secret Service and what they covered on that, it feels like they were definitely leaning towards this was God damn it, why is the word escaping me now? Not prepared, not ready, complete
breakdown of the chain of command.
Yeah, and just there's a fucking word, incompetence, but there's a better word.
Negligence?
Negligence is one of those words. Just completely, oh my God, whatever. I'll move on. But the Secret Service did not do their due diligence for this to happen. And what do you guys think of the argument of that one guy who is the guy you were talking about? He was in the polo shirt. He's like, "What, you want me just to shoot the guy?"
Oh yeah. Like, there's a part of what he said. Like, I kind of was like, okay, I kind of get where you're coming from, but at the same time, you're not really selling me here. Because I get it, like he was going by state law, open carry and stuff like that as one thing, but so I forget everything else. But there's some stuff that's
you can't go in. You can't go into this meeting, into this event with a firearm.
I wasn't sure of all of the.
So why would they think it'd be okay to be just outside the fence? Firearm.
He was totally on that slanted roof that people can't.
That's a dangerous roof.
Yeah, it's very dangerous.
That's very dangerous.
I mean,
and they blew that to shit. They blew that excuse. they took no pity on the former head of the Secret Service, whatever.
Yeah, that was
what's your name?
That was unanimously destroyed.
Cheadle or something like that.
Yeah, Cheadle. It was like cheater.
Yeah,
because you think Don Cheadle, but it's not. It's actually spelled with a T and not a D. They did not hold back on her, I feel, which was a good thing.
Her appearance was terrible in front of Congress.
She just lied. She just fucking lied. And we'll get into this later. I've got more stuff. I've got more information to go over the Trump shooting that's come over the past couple of weeks that no one's talking about anymore. We still have investigations going on, and everyone, YouTubers,
flash in the pan,
guys,
YouTubers have quit fucking talking about it. Like
hope and joy. This,
oh God,
like Bubba said last night.
Do you have
Pamela?
Do you have that going on in the background by chance, Duke?
No, actually, I was about to turn it on.
Yeah, I'm just curious who these special guests are that they're. If it's George Bush, I'm gonna laugh so fucking hard. Oh my God!
That was rumored.
Please, if there was a God above, the special guest of the DNC will be George fucking Bush. Please, I need this.
Oh boy! Oh, it's funny how they've Dick wrote him now. Oh my God!
Yeah. I really hope that's the case.
I do too.
Give us
really
the BB, give us the Bush and Beyonce. That would be beautiful because I couldn't care less about Beyonce or Taylor Swift.
Anyone remember about that when Bush was Hitler?
Yes,
I'm old enough to remember that.
Everyone hated Bush by his second term. I don't know how he won the second one, but who did he run up against?
Did you see John Kerry?
Oh yeah, it was John Kerry.
I'm John Kerry. And I'm reporting for duty.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had a bunch of guys that he served with come out with him, kind of like the fake coach did last night. You see that? He brought out a bunch of his former players.
So not a fake coach. He's just an assistant coach. Once again, stolen valor.
Oh God.
But that's it. Yeah. See, but that's the thing. I didn't know that at first. I thought he was a head coach. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of impressive. It's like, wait, he's just defensive coordinator? What the fuck?
Oh,
I mean, he said he coached them to the championship. I'm like, well, that's like, Kyle Channing on Friday Night Lights. No, this is just the defensive coordinator. No one's like, oh my God, the defensive coordinator coached us to the Super Bowl. No, it's like it's Mike Ditka.
Yeah. So real quick, Kel, they did catch the old man in South Arizona. Supposedly he was caught a few hours ago. Someone else was threatening to shoot Trump, which, I mean, I almost feel like even before this summer, that was a daily thing. Am I wrong? Like,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure when he was president, he got all sorts of lovely letters, emails, all that stuff.
I also saw some people making fun of Waltz's kid. I think he has a learning disability, actually.
I think he has a learning disability too. I don't know for sure. I saw that somewhere. It's
or
not
maybe
a good
autistic
look.
or something.
It's not. It's not a good look whether he has that or not.
Yeah, I don't think you don't need to be making fun of him.
I will say there is
fair game.
Now they're lying through their teeth when they do it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the DNC, there's been a big push on unity, and they're better at it than the other side.
Well, yeah, it's easy when you really are a cult.
Yeah,
that's the problem. I mean, we definitely have some cult-like behavior on the Trump side. The whole "if you're not with us, against us" type of thing that we see some people doing on Twitter. I'm like, guys, that's not how you win. You don't alienate people. You bring in the moderates. That's how you win. And then it's almost like it's literally like these people want to be the new Libertarian Party.
That's an interesting analogy.
Mm-hmm.
This is off the topic, but I saw some libertarian account tweet out how it would change everything if the Trump campaign came out and just started saying who was going to be in the cabinet and say what RFK is going to be doing and what Elon's going to be doing and what Vivek's going to be doing. And if they bring in Tulsi Gabbard, like if they started with that kind of messaging and saying this is what our goals are and everything, that would completely shatter how campaigns are run and change everything.
Well, that'd be interesting because that's completely the opposite of what we have right now.
Yeah.
Because this is last night, Bubba said she will be a president of joy. I'm like, what the fuck are you are we running on joy?
Yeah, that's a
thing. And let's also remember the strength from joy goes back to a very dark time in the 1930s. There's a certain National Socialist Party created.
Yeah. So to get back on topic, Steve, what is your opinion of the being in a state with an open carry and someone outside of a presidential event of any sort having a gun? Is that a shoot on sight thing, or do you wait for them to pull the trigger first?
Steve, can you hear us?
I don't know if we can hear Steve.
I can't hear Steve.
You're muted, or your mic's not working or something. You could plug your headphones into this computer. Well, actually, I don't know if you have the jacks. Never mind.
Hello.
Okay, we can hear you now.
There he goes.
Can you hear us now? Very concentrated.
It's a boomer fail.
Oh boy.
We heard you for a second. Okay, yeah.
Well, no, like it popped up as like fucking like 3 different AirPods, and I have to connect to the correct one.
Oh,
It's Apple to PC thing.
there's that as well.
I say you wait to shoot him because he's not inside the fucking no gun area. But I mean, I'm also on the other side of that where like everywhere there isn't guns allowed. That's where I fucking want my gun.
Well, yeah, exactly. So there's a part of me. So there's that guy in the video after the first reporter, and he's talking about how they noticed that the local police seemed to be looking for somebody, and so they started. And these are the people like we've got the video. Everyone's seeing the video footage of like a group of people around the trees who spot the guy on the roof, and he was part of that group. And it's like, well, he looked like a guy who probably would normally carry. Like, would he have taken things into his own hands? I don't know. Also, we have information over who actually shot the guy.
Yes, that's interesting.
So that's something we'll get into here in a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah, there's new information coming out all the time. And I was not able to corroborate something else, but there's an interesting rumor going around that the investigation team in Congress has admitted something. I haven't been able to find any reports, just rumblings. Let me go over my notes here. Oh, so the shooter. They had his guidance counselor from high school on.
yeah.
They interviewed some of the kids. From the kids, he sounded like a typical loner, and then the guidance counselor sounded like a typical guidance counselor and how they would handle a loner. You know, I was sent to, I never went to the guidance counselor in high school, right? I had no visions of going to college after high school. I fucking hated school, wanted nothing to do with it. So never went to the guidance counselor, but I got called in one day.
Yeah.
Someone thought, I had a teacher who thought something was off. And I walked in and I actually was wearing like a pro-life hat. And the guy, and like this, all this stuff completely blew the guidance counselor out of the water. She's like, I ain't got to worry about you. I was like, no, I'm not fucking going to kill myself or anything like that. Like, I'm not a complete retard. Like, but guidance counselors are very hopeful, I feel. And they like to look things up on the light, on the brighter
They're
side.
optimistic.
Optimist. There we go. And they might miss some things. I believe this kid's guidance counselor said something evil happened that day. And they went into an interesting topic. His last year of school, 2020, COVID.
Yeah.
He graduated. He was class of 2020. And I think that is definitely something that is going to be studied and what that actually did to kids. Now, I don't think that makes any excuse for what happened 6 weeks ago. It's only been 6 weeks, guys.
Oh, geez.
But do you notice how if it was the typical shooter, if it was a mass shooter, if they fit the narrative profile, we would know everything. We would have the manifesto out there. We'd be calling for gun control left and right.
Yep.
It technically was a mass shooting. 4 people were shot. 3 people were in the hospital and President Trump. Technically, a mass shooting under the definitions.
Yeah, that definition needs to be changed.
I guess Steve has.
Why it's not being weaponized against them, I don't know, but whatever.
Steve, this is about the Trump shooting, and I'm covering the Trump shooting on all of my shows. So, because I want to talk about it.
He can come back when we make fun of that.
Yeah, you can come back because there's a video clip. There's 2 video clips that I think Steve's going to want to see. And that's not even Acolyte stuff. This is the stuff that we'll do in between the Acolyte, just the random weird shit I find. But I think what COVID did to kids mentally will be really interesting, and that's probably why we need to have some sort of trials or something for all the people that put those things into place.
That would be Donald Trump. Donald Trump did everything. The last 3.5 years did not happen.
Donald
literally
Trump
heard-
stop anything. I will say that.
I literally heard Gavin Newsom tonight basically blaming Trump as if the last 3.5 years did not happen.
So
memory is like goldfish.
He was interviewed on Fox by Brett Baer, and Brett's like, well, what about this? And he's like, he's like, it's all going back to Trump. He's basically just like, it's all Trump's fault. I'm like, the vice president, she's been vice president for 3.5 years.
So I did save these for Monday. I have got some clips from CNN doing weird things like supporting Trump. Someone on CNN pointed out, Trump's only been in there 4 of the last 16 years. It's been the Democratic Party for the rest of it. Like,
there's that one guy on there who's actually a Republican strategist.
Yeah. And they're not shutting them down. It's weird.
Scott something. What the hell is that dude's name?
And we've got Forking Around over on Kick
Hey, Forking.
and in YouTube.
Multitasking
doing,
up
sir?
in this bitch.
Been a little while. And then Steve surprised Duke's drinking water, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what? About 20 minutes before the show started, it was raining cats and dogs here. And now I hear kids outside playing.
Or they're catching all
like
the
my
free
area.
cats and dogs that are out there to bring them home and have pets.
My weather app said I was due for thunderstorms for the rest of the night, and I wasn't even sure if this was going to be able to work.
We had major thunderstorms this morning. I could not take a shower.
Oh, really?
The dogs were hiding in the shower.
Oh, I'm like
My
worried
old
about your
dog-
house getting struck and that coming through the pipes.
Yeah.
My old
No,
dog
but I
did that
I
too.
couldn't get the dog out of the shower. Hiding in there.
Okay. So let's see what else. No one buys the sloped roof. Oh, another thing that I thought that they did a really good job that doesn't get, it probably doesn't need as much recognition, but they did a really good job humanizing the gentleman who died.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
There was a big thing on the Twitterverse of like what kind of person this guy was that got shot or whatever. And really, unless he was doing terrible things to other people, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Well, that
Doesn't
but the
matter.
But the media will instantly
Yeah, sensationalism
put a
for you.
put a mark on anyone at these events, like they're all wearing hoods or they're all wearing swastikas, because
Well, now,
that's
to
the
be
only
fair,
thing.
I didn't.
We're
Really see
still
the
having this
media-
now.
I didn't see the media go after him so much as people like Destiny and Short Fat Otaku.
Mhm.
Oh,
The
gosh.
Destiny fucking lost his shit.
What the hell happened to that guy? Went fucking nuts.
Yeah, he just completely exposed himself. I think the divorce broke his ass. I think his divorce completely crushed his brain and his heart, and now he's just lashing out at everything he hates.
There are healthier ways to deal with that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You're like,
One,
maybe-
you need to get offline when
that was the first
broke.
thing I was gonna say too. Was maybe disconnect, get a little R&R,
Yeah, you need.
You
to
know,
get
maybe
offline.
maybe if you're arrested for a lot of illegal substances and on child abuse charges, maybe you should do the same thing as well.
Oh boy.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Getting a little specific here now.
that got weird too.
I
That's
didn't
got-
say anything. I've just said hypothetically.
Oh,
this
yes,
had
you're
happened to
correct.
someone.
You're correct. It
you
did.
know what? I'm surprised. I almost wonder if he summoned the Dermy with that statement because he has been on that one. He has been on that story.
Dude, I am just done with that one. I'm fucking done. Until
I
something
am-
really
I'm
happens,
gonna-
I'm just like,
so-
I'm fucking done.
Let's stop beating around the bush. When it comes to Ricada,
Yeah.
I'm curious what happens.
I was at first, but I don't know. It's just kind of all so tiresome at this point. with
Yeah,
that.
I'm really not going to care a whole lot until we get the final word. You know, and then maybe I'll have something to say.
I wanted that damn body cam footage. That needed to drop. We needed to see that, but he's sweeping hard to keep that out.
We need to do a Lowell Ranch this Saturday.
Oh boy.
We got the
if I could show up, I would. But
we got the body cam footage for the Chris Chan arrest.
Oh, I know. I heard about that. That was at least some part of
Is that
hilarity.
old?
It's old, but
he
it
was arrested
dropped
a few years ago.
Okay.
So they must have had to do the same thing with Ricada stuff, where someone had to pay for it. I guess, I don't know. But someone like made a documentary kind of out of it. They added a little bit of, they just added voiceover work and probably cut out all the quiet when nothing was happening.
Right.
Because otherwise it would have been like probably 4 hours of body cam footage.
Yeah.
And we got 30-45 minutes of it. It's so good. It's so fucking good.
I was hearing Melee Games from his Alien stream last night, or the Dead by Daylight. He's talking about it a little bit, and just some of the insane shit. Oh my god! About apparently Chris Chan talking about having his invisible husband.
Yes.
Kicking the police officer and then asking the officer, "Did you feel that?" Officer going, "No." And Chris Chan leaning in to going, "Kick him harder." I'm like,
said,
"Oh my
punch,
fucking
yeah,
god!"
Said, punch him harder, honey.
Jesus Christ!
Oh my god!
We have a Palestinian protest under the L in Chicago right now.
Under the what?
The L, the elevated train.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know anything about the L.
That's what it's called.
I know what it's called now. I know what the
Thank you.
beat
Yeah, because I just told you.
Thank you. We appreciate that. We appreciate you, Brad.
You should.
And then the only other point that I have that we didn't talk about is how that guidance counselor was pushing for the state to pay for kids' mental health.
Oh,
I
kind of missed that part.
You got to get funding in there somehow.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
He's like, well, now all that money's gone, so we can't provide these kids with what they need. And it's like, the last thing we need to do is the state helping with kids' mental health. The parents need to be doing this.
Yeah,
Parents
it needs to be
involved in that shit.
I did have to, going back to what that other commentary he made about something evil happened there. I just can't help it. It kind of goes back to what I first theorized of. Maybe he was a sleeper and he got activated. That was the evil that got manipulated into the boy. But no, it's probably the whole COVID, which is it's gonna be something much more boring, much more lame, faking gay.
So Nerdy Maria wants to know what Filter is. He is the cult leader.
Yeah. Welcome to the Church of Fractured. Speak as you wish.
So Brad had to step away. Steve, I don't know if you're able to get a connection. We are ready to move on from the Trump thing. Well, actually, no. Before we go, I want to get Trump's thought. I want to get Duke's thoughts. Kind of got yours already. We'd like to see if Duke has anything to add to it.
What was that?
Poof, and he appeared. Well,
I was curious. Final thoughts. I was getting final thoughts on the documentary. What'd you think overall? I
thought it was. I just didn't really think it added that much to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it really felt like it was like put out really quick, right after everything had happened. It's basically just here's what we got.
To capitalize on the heat of the moment.
I call it a grift, but like they put it on Tubi. So I mean, they just got a certain amount of money. They weren't able to like fully
really monetize.
It may not be like a monetization thing, but it is still a publicity thing, in that then it gets more eyes on TMZ and their quote unquote reporting. That's at least the one way I could see it, but beyond that, it is a very odd thing, and I don't know. It was very
But from the perspective of like being a TMZ thing, it felt a little more legitimate. You know, it felt like they were actually trying to do something not TMZ.
Which is odd.
So
for
you
them,
you
yeah.
mean like from like a tabloid perspective?
Yes, less
Yeah.
sensationalized. Like we're trying to be closer to actually giving reporting journalism, as opposed to we're chasing down a celebrity on the street.
Right. Causing car accidents and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
That was in the 1990s.
Goddess Christine Chan is our Lord and Savior. The medallion isn't cursed; it's a blessing.
Oh my god! I finally read into the fucking medallion. I'm like, what? I had to figure out what it is. I'm like, this weird internet shit is so effed up. I swear to God.
We might have to do when Steve gets the internet and stuff. We might just have to do an introductory course to the Chris Chan, and just kind of do what they did on the full. Was it the full Ozzy that did that to Lethal introduced Maga and Rhino through a like EFAPTA documentary? We might just have
they had it like on what was it? They probably I think they put on 1.5 speed too to kind of get through it a little bit quicker. But yeah, they did a whole Chris Chan deep dive.
We might just have to do that because I think Steve's reactions will be pretty fucking good.
Was it kind of like what Mahler did with the EFAP of Boogie?
Oof.
Yeah.
That was long. Oh my god. That's the long.
Yeah, we'll try it. We'll so I don't like 1.5, but we'll definitely try 1.25, see how long we can get through it. And if anything, I could just speed up to the parts that I know are the juicy bits.
Right.
So yeah, for me, the Trump, like what you were saying, Brad, it didn't really add much to it, but it did. It was interesting to see a mainstream aspect give Trump a fair shake.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's why I even wanted to watch it, because it was a mainstream thing, and there. I don't know how political TMZ ever actually really gets. It's not like I watch a whole lot of it, but just to see.
I didn't know do they still have a TV show?
I don't know.
I mean, when I think of TMZ, I feel like that's early internet shit. The same way that people used to go to Ain't It Cool News to find out about reviews and spoilers.
Well, and like TMZ was always that show that came on between the kids coming home from school and the adults barely getting off of work. So it's not like it was ever really a high ratings period,
Mm-hmm.
And actually, that would have been right about the time that they fucking took cartoons off, even after they weren't playing cartoons after school.
Yeah.
I still remember when we had Saturday morning cartoons.
I do too.
Right?
I do too. The WB. I watched X-Men Saturday mornings.
I mean,
Fox.
I'm talking Super Friends.
Right.
I'm talking Scooby Doo. I'm talking like Smurfs.
Yeah, those are on when I was really young.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
I
like
got 10 years on
even
this,
on throughout my childhood, but they were like the cartoon that came on before I woke up.
But it was like NBC, CBS, ABC. They all had their shows.
They all had their different cartoons and stuff like that. I remember a lot of that.
And I would remember like back in the day, they'd have like, a special before the new season began when we used to have, 26 episodes a year of a TV show.
Yep.
Well, so when I was growing up, it was The Tick, X-Men, Eek the Cat, the Animaniacs,
Spider-Man the animated series,
Spider-Man,
Gargoyles.
That was called College. Animaniacs was in college.
And like when I was really, really young, like 3 or 4, there was He-Man and Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
But
those were after school shows.
Yeah, I was definitely too young to even know what the hell was going on there.
I remember that because that was like 83, I think, when G.I. Joe and Transformers came on TV. So I was like 10. So we get home from school. It's like, let's watch G.I. Joe. And then with Transformers was right after. It was like, okay, I love it. Now I want to go buy toys. And I'm like, now it's like, oh, this is just advertising. This is a half hour of advertising. Okay.
Steve, the tick was great. You were too young to understand it.
Yeah. It was great. I fucking loved it.
So before we do move on to the weird shit, I forgot we have new information about the shooter. Well, not necessarily about the shoot, kind of about the shooter, but things surrounding the shooter and stuff like that. Oh, look who it is. Hi, Dermy.
Shit, you guys are still talking about the doc.
You didn't watch it. We're pretty much done with the doc. Unless if you saw it, we'll let you give your opinion.
No,
on it.
I actually did not get time to see it, and I feel bad. I've been running around like crazy, so
we were about to jump into other information that has come out that no one's fucking talking about.
What?
So there's this here. Update on Trump assassination attempt. Disturbing facts revealed in 6-page investigative report, which found the body was cremated and nobody knew he was gone.
Whoa. What?
Rep. Higgins tried to examine Crook's body on August 5th and was surprised to learn the FBI released the body back to the parents. Nobody knew he was gone until August 5th, including the county coroner. How does that happen if you're the coroner?
Yeah,
how do you not know who's in your fucking icebox? Law enforcement and the sheriff. He was cremated on July 23rd. That is just over a week. That's almost 2 weeks.
Well, there are some religions that require that, though, I thought, right? Or like burial within a certain time or something like that.
I don't know. I don't know. That sounds like something that could be a thing. What do the Catholics got something on that, Dermy?
Maybe
it's just 10 days after the
something about having
like
to be
there is like in Catholic like rules that you have to be buried after so long, but the thing is it's not cremated. You have to be buried.
Oh, no cremation in the Catholic Church.
Yeah, you have to actually be buried.
Oh, that's weird.
It's not really that weird. It's just
no. And the idea of being buried isn't weird. The idea of not being able to have the choice is weird to me. I wonder what do you think the percentage is to bury versus cremated? I feel like cremated is just the cheap.
I think cremated is becoming more and more of a thing. To be perfectly honest,
running out of burial space.
That and also people there's a sentimental value of like cremation. So
on that, the coroner technically had custody over the body and denies ever giving the FBI the authority to release the body. So this is all from a report from Representative Higgins, who I believe is from Florida. He's been working with, I forget the name of the other rep. He's a dude from Arizona, and he's I found out he is the representative of my favorite area in Arizona. We'll see that in this next tweet. There's more. We've got more. So we've got this here. This is more information from that same report. Oh, DMs. So 10 shots were fired in total, and the FBI cleaned up biological. We lost Steve again.
I didn't even see him come back.
He was here for just a second. So 10 shots were fired in total. The FBI cleaned up biological evidence from the crime scene. Cops don't ever do that. According to Rep. Higgins, shot 9 was taken by SWAT operator 100 yards away when he saw douchebag moving on the AGR rooftop, mostly obscured by foliage. He immediately left his post and ran towards the threat to a clear shot position on his own. This ESU SWAT operator took a very hard shot, one shot. Crooks was believed to be down, but a few seconds later, Crooks recovered and popped back up. The 10th and final shot was taken by the Secret Service sniper by the Southern Sniper team. FBI released the crime scene prematurely. Yeah, you know what? That was something else that I thought was weird, was how like anyone could just go there so soon after this whole thing happened. You know, it seemed like there was a lot of people going to this crime scene pretty early on. FBI prematurely released the crime scene only after 3 days. Most disturbing, the FBI cleaned up biological evidence from the crime scene, which is unheard of. Cops don't ever do that. I believe they pay people to do that. I used to know a guy who worked for a company that would go and do that, and the shit that he would find and see was disgusting.
Oh, I bet.
Steve, you know that guy. His name's Chaz. Ask him about how he used to have to go clean up dead bodies.
I have.
So yeah,
He
it was a
tried to
local
get-
cop. It was a local. What, you broke up?
Had to go.
So, yeah, it
or
was-
he had me. He tried to get me to go fucking do it with him one time. I was like, "Fuck you."
No. So yeah, it was a local cop that first shot Crooks,
Really?
and then the SWAT, and so he incapacitated him, and then the when he was moving around again, the Secret Service took him out. So that was all a bunch of bullshit this whole time from the FBI and the Secret Service until now. This information came out last week, 2 weeks ago. This tweet was from the end of last week, the weekend.
Huh.
And then now we've got this coming out. I've got a clip from Benny Johnson talking to, who's he talking to? Army Special Forces veteran Congressman Mike Waltz on Congressional Task Force investigating Trump assassination the Trump assassination attempt reveals evidence leads him to conclude killer did not act alone. So supposedly this congressional investigation team is leaning towards the shooter not acting on his own. We'll watch this clip here. Vorkin says he doesn't like Steve laying on his bed while looking at everyone.
With the come hither look.
Yeah. He's got them bedroom eyes.
I don't want to spend the entire time talking about Thomas Crooks, but since you did bring up that you're going to get an FBI briefing today, perhaps you could ask them how he wasn't flagged for searching about roadside bombs, about pipe bombs. How do you do that? Right?
Okay, real quick. Should people be flagged for searching up roadside bombs?
So there's multiple
I'm just doing
layers
research.
to this.
Exactly. Just some research. What's the problem here?
I'm not affiliated with Steve in any way, shape, or form.
What if I want to look up a certain cookbook?
I
What?
disagree with that.
I disagree with it too. I don't think people should be flagged for that.
No, I meant that Dermy's associated with Steve in any way. Or
He said he's not associated. Yeah, no, I don't think people should get flagged for looking up explosives. People are
So-
getting, because I don't believe the government should be spying on you. Now I know people. Now,
Is that-
if you want to flag people for buying certain ingredients where it looks like they might be building something to fucking hurt people, that's another conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. I think
On a
it's
scale of 1 to 10, how free do you feel?
yeah, if I want to know how a bomb works, what am I going to do? Like, if I'm just curious, like that's a legitimate curiosity.
what if you're doing a report for something?
Yeah.
What if it relate? Like, what if I'm have a lawsuit or something going on and somehow an explosive device was involved, and I need to research that?
Yep.
You know what? I'm just gonna avoid this conversation altogether.
Oh, we're all on a list anyways. You're on this fucking show.
That's a good point.
Like, so what if I want to look up an anarchist book? What?
Listen, I'm also
anarchist cookbook's a bunch of horseshit.
That's about cooking things. That's all they're doing. They're just cooking.
I am, like a major I'm trying to think of my words. I
Please
am a
tell me I'm not
major
the only one that
radical
knows
on the
about
on the 2A to the point that I believe that we all deserve the right to have nuclear bombs. So
Thank you, Sam. Have a good evening, sir.
that. How I feel on Saturdays.
All right, so we'll continue with this clip here.
Like I'm telling you, don't do that. Don't, because that's a number one way that you'll go to jail for the rest of your life.
Right.
You have served in war. Presumably, you've seen roadside bombs.
Yep.
You've most likely you've seen the devastation.
Suffered on the bad end of them.
That's right. And so these are dangerous things. I know there are different classifications of bombs. How did he have 3? How did this guy with no military training get 3 bombs?
And had the detonator on his body.
Sure.
So
you
what
can't
was
just
the
search these
intent,
things, right? Like,
and how
you
do
know.
we just at this point? I mean, this is
That's something that doesn't get talked about at all. He had explosive in his car and had a detonator on him.
Is he going to try an Allahu snack bar?
Maybe. Like, I mean, you could. I don't remember what he was driving. Does anyone remember what his car was? Was it a minivan?
There you go. That would work.
I don't remember.
Neither do I. I didn't even know what kind of car he was driving at all, or that he had one to get there.
Yeah, they had. Yeah, there was a car involved where they supposedly found these. Where they've found these explosives, and he had the detonator on him in person. So I don't know if he was planning on just driving through there or whatever. Like, yeah. Bye, Steve.
taking a step back. And this is the point I was trying to make to Don Jr. There are ongoing threats right now as we speak, both domestic and international, which is totally unprecedented. We've never had an adversary openly talking about plotting and planning to kill a former president or acting candidate of the United States with zero consequences from this administration. None. Not even a strongly worded knock it off.
They haven't even talked about it at the DNC. Not once has the assassination been mentioned.
So this isn't just an isolated incident where clearly things went wrong. There are systemic problems that have him, in a very vulnerable position right now as we speak. And what's he doing? God bless the man. He's doing an outdoor rally today. Wow. Today. So,
Which he did behind bulletproof glass.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then he walked out of the bulletproof glass to go hug a lady because she fainted, right?
She fainted after the hug, I think, or was it before the hug?
No, she fainted beforehand. He said something about get a doctor or something. Newsweek reported it inappropriately to make it sound like Trump was having a problem.
Yeah, like there was a pic. I tweeted it out yesterday. Compare this to Kamala, and let me see if I can find that tweet because somebody literally showed right under my tweet of the video. There was a where is it? Right here. They showed Newsweek's thing. Yeah, right here. So you share my screen. So like I'm not gonna.
I watched this video and I was looking for her to faint afterwards, and I didn't really see that happen.
I think, well, she was being taken out by EMS.
Yeah.
You can see the EMS people. So she fainted and then they were taking her out. But if you look down here, literally below my tweet was the Newsweek thing. Donald Trump suddenly stops rally and asks for a doctor, please.
Oh my God. These
below the actual video itself.
You can't hate journalists enough.
Basically, I mean, literally, it's like he could be saying, if he was quoted as saying, like, I am not a Yahtzee, I am not Hitler, and then just they took out like the middle part, just put I am, and then Hitler at the end, and left that as a quote. That's basically what they're fucking doing now.
Yeah.
Well, no, they've been doing that.
Yeah,
the fine people.
Yeah, they've been doing that. It is
now Joe's still living back in 2016 or 2020.
Joe
whatever.
doesn't fucking matter. He's a retard who's in the White House right now. And Jesus Christ, the fact that
Biden bot was on. They put Biden bot on angry before they sent him out, and they uploaded all his greatest hits for his speech because that's all it was. It was like The Eagles are going out on tour. It's their last tour. You got to play Hotel California. Same thing. Very fine people on both sides. That's Biden's shtick.
Listen. It was just a month ago when everybody came together and said we need to turn the political rhetoric down. And then 2 weeks later, after they subverted the whole story narrative by saying Kamala is the president, they just went back to attacking, deriding, and fear-mongering the entire time. That's all the DNC is right now. It is just Trump, Project 25, Trump.
Well, Trump.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but
well, he's fear-mongering more as in, like, when it comes to Trump, he's saying this is what will happen with them. All they care about is Trump.
Right.
Yeah, they're just saying he's a danger to democracy, while Trump is kind of postulating what's going to happen, because he's presuming that Kamala, whatever we say, the non-racist version of it, is going to basically just do the same Joe Biden policy, because the website still doesn't have anything. And the amount of
no policies. And the amount about policy.
What? There's nothing in it. There's no talk. Guarantee you. Will there be a talk about policies tonight? Probably not. Maybe we'll talk about raising tax on the rich. Maybe we'll talk about the wealth tax. But I guarantee there's going to be no talk about Israel or Palestine at all. There's going to be talk about Ukraine. There's going to be no talk about anything, taxes other than tax the rich and women's reproductive rights.
Yep.
That's all it's going to be, because that is a president of joy. Nothing more joyful than celebrating abortion.
Yeah.
Well, here's what's going to be interesting, though. The debate, because I think the debate is going to shake things up even more.
September 10th.
I don't think people realize. I'm not.
Trump's got to be smart,
but he's got to be smart. But I think he's going to do a similar tactic that he did to Joe Biden, like this last time.
Crusher,
counter
destroyer. If he did that,
always just counterpunch, because he has to be delicate. Because if he tries to interrupt her, she'll go like, "I'm talking. I am talking." She'll pull out a strong whammons moment. So don't do that stuff, but always counterpunch, because the moment you counterpunch, you destroy her.
Well, just do it the same way he did with Joe, and let Kamala hang herself, because she can't talk for anything.
Yes.
I mean, the important thing about understanding inflation is that means prices go up. And when prices go up, it's more difficult for people to afford things. And the reason people can't afford things is because prices have gone up. And we call that inflation. And now I'm going to poison the city of Gotham.
What do you guys think about the theory of them pulling Joe and just making her the president now?
I think it's entirely possible October surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was really hoping. To be honest, I do believe RFK is going to drop out tomorrow and support Trump. I was hoping he would do that like in 2 more months. Make that the big October surprise. Make everybody talk about it then, support it then, push it then. Last minute, I'm out, support Trump.
So before you jumped on, I was talking about a tweet that I saw from some libertarian account, how if the Trump campaign used this RFK thing to completely change how these presidential campaigns are run by announcing his team before the election, say, you've got RFK, whether you put him in charge of the CIA or you put him in charge of the FDA, and then you'd say what Vivek's, like what Vivek would be doing on your team.
Does Vivek have a position yet?
Nothing official. It's suspected. Elon Musk is supposed to be an advisor.
Yeah.
So if he came out and said what Elon Musk was going to be advising on, say you pick up Tulsi and you build a fucking dream team.
He already has the dream. So he does have Tulsi Gabbard. They've already announced Tulsi Gabbard is assisting with the campaign,
with the debates. But like, give her a position. Give her a position where she's stopping an end to these fucking wars.
I just thought of something. The perfect press secretary. Tucker Carlson.
I don't think he'd give up his gig.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would be perfect for him.
Um,
Just have Tucker Carlson come out there with his bow tie, go like, "Listen, folks,
I'd
things
like
are
to see
good."
Salty Cracker as the press secretary.
I think a lot of people would like to see Salty Cracker as the press secretary too, but there's a lot of people I'd like to see. Listen, I've also like to see what's his fucking name? That uber libertarian guy that goes on Tim Pool a lot. No, the anarchist.
Dave Smith,
No.
Ian
Ross,
Rossi.
Michael Malice?
Michael Malice. Because if Dave Smith ran for president and won, Michael Malice was going to be the press secretary. Make Michael Malice the press secretary. Just say fuck it. Just let him go. Let him have his fun.
Yeah, he would definitely be a wrench in the system.
I think Trump is establishing the dream team right now, and he's hinting at who's who.
He needs to come out and say it.
I think come out and say it. Say this is the plan. This is what these people are going to be working on, and this is what we're going to do for this country. And it would be something like we've never seen before. And
The bottom line is, do we want a fourth Obama term? Because if you don't think that's what's happening right now, you're insane.
Oh yeah, totally. Because and that's how I felt back in 2020. I was like, oh, so even if Joe dies, Kamala's the perfect fucking puppet, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I mean, he never left DC. Every other president has left DC, and you got Susan Rice still in there.
Mm-hmm. Isn't Eric Holder helping with the campaign?
Who?
Eric Holder.
I don't know.
I think he's helping. He's helping with Kamala's campaign. I want to say. I saw a video.
I don't.
Someone talking about.
Listen, all I know for sure is when Obama was up there talking at the DNC, I vividly remember the camera going out to some overweight, like huge Jabba the Hutt looking black woman who mouthed the words "fuck me." I saw it. I was watching Jeremy's thing. It hops. He's muting because
It wasn't Michelle, obviously.
No, it was not. It was while Barack was up there, and I saw this overweight black woman just go like, and
because she wanted that from Obama.
Yeah.
See, there's so much.
No, when the Obamas were out there, everybody in the crowd was either crying because they loved them so much or jizzing their pants. Even the women.
Yeah.
The moment you looked out at the crowd, there was gay guys like.
There may have been some women jizzing their pants in this crowd.
Yeah,
and
it was weird.
The Obama thing was so lackluster. Like I do think Michelle Obama gave a better speech than Barack did.
And Barack did the dumbest thing he could have done.
Now,
Trump
around asked an interesting question. He's like, "Are you guys familiar? Are you guys going to talk about the actual Justice Warrior drama?" And I've barely seen stuff about that. I'm not fully aware.
The last thing I knew about any drama with him was he was trying to go to one of those like debate things. I don't remember what it was called.
He was doing a debate with Destiny about something recently, and
what I'm talking about is similar. It was a few months ago that it was supposed to go to one of those like, hey, we all gather around and just debate the entire time. One of those events.
Yeah.
And he wasn't able to make it last minute. He couldn't afford some stuff or something. Something came up. Couldn't debate Destiny. Then Destiny went on stream and just started shitting on him and saying a bunch of like derogatory things about him. And actual Justice Warrior made a video about it, but that was the last thing I heard. But that was months ago. That would have been early spring, maybe mid-spring.
He put out a video earlier this week. I want to say it might have been late last week, talking about how Destiny and someone else was being completely disingenuous on a
I saw there was a recent
they had
debate
recently, and it was regarding it was a debate on whether if Trump was elected, if democracy would be lost type thing. And they were completely disingenuous with the points that AJW was trying to make at post the debate. But like it was kind of retard level shit.
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I just don't understand why you would engage in that kind of stuff. Because it's not just about the people being disingenuous, but it's also about
it's one of those things like, unless you are a very skilled pro debater, going up against Vosh or Destiny, it's just a mudslinging competition. And what I mean by that, I'm not trying to say that Actual Justice Warrior isn't a pro debater. He's fantastic, but what I'm talking about is you need people on the next level to go up against them, because whenever Destiny goes up against like somebody who really knows the subject, same with Vosh, they get thrown around like a rag doll, and they show just how pathetic Destiny and Vosh truly are. There was a debate several years ago, and I'm taking this with Vosh real quick. There was a debate several years ago where Vosh was debating like trans stuff or something, and he was going up against an actual doctor, and this was like in person, so he didn't have his chat to protect him, and the doctor was like laying out very succinct good arguments, and then it goes over to Vosh and goes like, he tries this whole like sophist shit. He goes like, well, words can have different meanings in different areas. Take water, for example. We call it water here, but Mexico calls it agua.
That's retarded.
Yeah, because when they go up against a real person, like, and again, I'm not talking about like Actual Justice Warrior isn't like a real debater. He is, but
yeah,
when you go up against like these next level skilled debaters, they pick you up by your throat and just starts throwing you around like a rag doll. When we came to a recent Israel versus Palestine thing, yeah, the Palestine guy who apparently he and the other guy on Destiny's side, they debate all the fucking time. They're always at each other's throats, and it's never really pretty. But the pro-Palestine guy looks over at Destiny and just starts treating him like a fucking child and goes like, you're a disgrace to your partner. Like, I feel bad for your partner right now because you're his teammate. Like, this is awful. What are you doing?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, this isn't a knock on Actual Justice Warrior. It's more like he doesn't have the ability to just fucking say what needs to be said because he tries to be very polite. And a lot of people just need to learn, when you're going up against Destiny, he talks really fast, but at the end of the day, he's just a fucking retarded emotional bully that when it comes to Trump, quits thinking logically and just starts thinking emotionally.
That's what.
And when you're going up against those people, yeah, when you go up against people that start arguing emotionally, you just got to say, you got to throw decorum out the window, say, shut the fuck up, actually think for a second, use your goddamn brain and quit using your goddamn emotions to guide you.
But that is entirely what the Democrats are running on right now.
Yeah.
It is all emotion. There's like, and I said it before, so we still don't have any policy. We may hear a little bit, but the theme is hope and joy. Mm-hmm. It is a joyous time. First off, I don't know why we need hope, because we've had 3.5 years of apparently the greatest president ever, the most transformative president ever. No one has created more jobs ever.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
wait. That changed.
I know.
We lost about 1 million of those.
Yeah, but it's still more than anyone else. Even losing that 1 million, he's made so much more. Did you know Gavin today, when he was on Brett Baer at 6:00, he was talking about how many jobs were lost by Donald Trump in April 2020. And Brett Baer's like, but that was COVID. And he's like, and then in 2020, so much more money was spent, but that was COVID. Okay, go look at the deficits, go look at the budgets. Yeah, 2020 was effed up. Yeah, we went bust the damn bank. But go look at what Biden's doing.
But
Biden has actually exceeded that.
To Brad's point, that's what you got to do. When they start doing these whole like, well, Trump did this, well, Trump did that, and you go like, yeah, you're right.
There's an interview. There's an interview between it was on Piers Morgan with Harry Sisson and Tyrus. I bookmarked it. I haven't watched it yet, But I would imagine, first off, Tyrus could just like sit on this little puck and just
Yeah.
just crush him.
I watched that. It was how do I
Is this a new one? Because I haven't
reviewed that.
'cause he
This
hasn't
was
put
from
out-
this was from about 2 weeks ago where it was in
Yeah.
person.
Mhm.
Oh, I saw that. It wasn't really a debate.
There wasn't much fireworks, but there was a point where Tyson shut him down, and that was towards the end.
And the thing is, I see Harry on his Instagram and all this shit. But to actually hear him talk, it is literally it's
He's
just
a
like
retarded 20-year-old.
it's you're a bullet point. You're a walking bullet
You
point.
are a paid propaganda.
You guys saw. I don't have the clip, but you guys saw the troll with the guy in the hat at the DNC, and he took fucking Alex Stein and went the next level.
Oh
And
God!
all he did was just say all the talking points, and he was trolling this person at the DNC the whole time, and the guy was just rolling with it.
We all got trolled. I got trolled.
Oh,
Peter Corrado got trolled.
Yeah, I knew it was bullshit.
The sad thing was I couldn't. The scariest part was I couldn't tell if it was bullshit or not.
Wait a
That's
minute.
how
Wait,
bad that
which one was this?
This is
This
the guy. That
he was wearing like a
said-
reggae hat and like
Yeah, he had a reggae hat.
Oh, I
think
didn't
he had
see
a
that
mask
one.
on. Oh, it was
Oh.
hilarious. The
oh
dude-
my, it's
knowing
so good.
it's terrifying and hilarious all at the same time because a lot of people fell for it, myself included.
I'm gonna
and
find
it
that and bring
was-
that for Monday.
Yeah, it was just this guy getting up there, go like, my pronouns are he, him, and I just love Kamala. She has the greatest vibes. This emotion is great. We're gonna win, and I'm doing this because I love women, and we need a woman president right now. And I'm doing this because I respect women, just like my wife, who has a boyfriend who's
a black
black,
boyfriend.
and this is fantastic. And it's like the saddest part about what he's saying is I could believe somebody's actually doing this.
What it missed is he should have said his wife also has a penis.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
and her feminine penis.
And her black boyfriend loves plowing her pussy.
Well, since we just kind of got into the cringe, I've got some cringe to share with you guys.
Look, I have hope. I have hope this write-in campaign will work. They're up to 3,000 names, guys. 3,000 people.
Are you talking about the
I thought you were
Acolyte
going
stuff?
Acolyte.
No, we're not doing Acolyte quite yet.
Oh,
I got something else.
I got so excited.
Did you guys see this one?
Which one? What the
think I
fuck
saw
is
this.
this?
Oh,
What the
if you
fuck
haven't
is
seen
this?
this, you're in
I
for a
think
I think
treat.
I saw this.
If you haven't seen this,
Is this
you're
the
in
Queer
for a
Eye
treat.
guy?
What's that?
Is this the Queer Eye guy?
No, this is just some dude on some podcast. But let's listen to this. It's only a minute long. Brad, keep it to yourself.
I put HIV positive on my all my profiles. People don't want to touch you. I remember being on a date with someone, so I brought him back to my place. Was like, okay, I need to tell you something. I'm HIV positive. And I remember he looked at me. It was like I murdered him. I was like, I thought he was gonna beat the shit out of me. He was like, I can't believe you wouldn't tell me, and you gave me HIV, and was just losing his mind. And I'm like, no, that's not possible. Even if I bled on you, in an open wound, that wouldn't happen. I'm undetectable, but he just didn't want to hear it. Now,
This guy told the
know
dude he
this guy.
slept with that he was HIV positive after he slept with him.
Yeah, I know this story. Can I just say this person needs to be immediately charged with bioterrorism? This person needs to be locked up. And anybody
There's
with
some
law,
other
any state
comments
that-
afterwards.
There's
any
more
state
comments.
that I know California has states just like this that they will not criminally penalize people.
They
for doing
actually
this.
they got rid of the law in California.
Yep.
Oh, thank
California
fucking
does
God,
not
you know-
illegal to not tell him.
This should be a federal crime. Okay, I'm. This needs to be a serious offense. You should not be allowed to do this. This is actual terrorism right here that you're doing just for the sake of getting your own G spot hit. Go fuck yourself.
Talk about traumatizing somebody.
You
Even
ruin somebody's
if
life.
you're on whatever fucking magical medication is that prevents you from passing it along, You took that choice away from that person.
Yeah. What if it did get passed? That becomes the big thing. What if you did just fucking get this guy sick? You ruined his life. You now took something away from him without his consent.
I'll wait.
And what happens if, I don't know what this medication is, but what if it works like the birth control pill, where if you forget to take a dose, it actually increases your fertility or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if it works like that?
I don't know how it actually works. I'm pretty sure it doesn't actually prevent you from spreading HIV. It just allows you to live with it. Brad, do you know how it works?
No, actually, I don't. The only one I remember is AZT, and I'm pretty certain that's really old. I would ask Magic Johnson.
I say Magic Johnson's been fucking this whole time, so who knows?
HIV medicine work, and this is going into my search history. Why the fuck did I just do that?
Well, because you live a different lifestyle.
This is true.
You
Also,
also,
bug catchers.
you also live in the Great Plains. You can get away with that shit.
Shut up. I'm looking up how it works. I don't care about getting it. Like, it's
how do you buy it?
Like, I don't care about that stuff. I want to know how does this all? Okay.
So the two interviewers, I'm pretty certain one is a female. I'm uncertain about the other one. The
other one we don't know. Yeah, they're not bold enough like this thing.
I mean, this person is, well, I'm going to presume he's a gay man, because that appears to be how he's presenting, but he's wearing a woman's top or a weird toga.
Toga.
Very colorful toga. No, because it tucked into his pants. You could see that.
While Dermy's looking that up, we'll finish playing this out.
I think I just.
Oh, did you find it?
And this is AI overview by Google, which, take it or leave it. It actually does not say that it prevents you from spreading. It specifically says HIV medication, also known as something therapy, ART, works by preventing the HIV virus from multiplying in your body, which reduces the amount of HIV in the body, also known as the viral load. This gives the immune system a chance to recover and produce more CD4 cells, which fight off infection and certain HIV-related cancers.
I know it's a technical term, but viral load sounds bad.
Right now. It says nothing about preventing transmission.
Does it say anything about how it can make it undetectable?
That's called stealthing a disease.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says nothing about making it undetectable. It just means honestly, you can survive.
If I had HIV, I don't think I'd want it to be maybe like undetectable in like symptoms. That'd be cool. Yeah. But like, I don't want to take an HIV test and all of a sudden it be gone. You know what I'm saying?
From what I'm gathering, again, this is just a brief glance.
Unless it actually healed HIV, but supposedly we can't do that. Once again, ask Magic Johnson.
Again, this is not actually like complete. From what I'm reading, it does not mask it. It doesn't make it undetectable. It doesn't stop you from spreading it. It just makes you survive and none of the bad conditions happen.
So it doesn't, basically prevents it from turning into AIDS.
Yes.
Which is really all that you can do with these medicines, which is why Magic Johnson still is HIV positive, but does not have AIDS. And that also, let's remember, that means this was available in the 90s, but only for Magic Johnson.
Right. Yeah.
I'm looking at the NIH right now just to get some more info. So I'll let you guys know.
This clip gets even more interesting somehow.
Oh boy.
The way the law goes, like being undetectable, like I really don't have to like disclose my status. Right. And you think about it, like anyone that you meet on your first date or if like you're hooking up, like are you like, I have diabetes, I have high blood pressure. You're not telling them any of this shit. Yeah. Where HIV is now, like if you are undetectable, like you don't necessarily like have to disclose that. I don't think you're putting anyone at any risk.
I just looked it up. This is point number 3 on the NIH, which I don't care. I still think you need to tell somebody you're fucking you have HIV no matter what. Main goal of HIV treatment is to reduce person's viral load to an undetectable level. An undetectable viral load means that the level of HIV in the blood is too low to be detected by a viral load test. People with HIV who maintain an undetectable viral load have effectively no risk of transmitting HIV to their HIV negative partners through sex. Now, thing is, you have to maintain this. So I guess just like what Static said, similar to birth control, if you don't take it, you could potentially double your load. And God damn it, talk about this about gay people. Then it doesn't say that you have absolutely no risk. It just says you effectively no risk. That means there's still a chance of spreading it. You fucking, I can't say that other word.
Couple points. First off, he says, do you tell someone on your first date you have diabetes or high blood pressure? So I have high blood pressure, which is why I take medication. I take medication because I have diabetes in my family and I don't have diabetes. But guess what? If I have sex with a woman on a date, I'm not giving her high blood pressure. I'm not giving her diabetes. Those are not transmissible illnesses. HIV is a transmissible illness. You're a dumbass motherfucker. Second point. Watching DNC right now, Whitmer had some work done or something, because she looks kind of good.
She looks worse?
No, she looks kind of good.
Oh. Huh.
Keep it in your
I
pants.
mean, for like my age, she's kind of looking good right now. She had something done.
Whitmer's a terrible, terrible person.
Oh, she's a horrible human. Yeah. Horrible human. I mean, that would be a hate fuck. But
well, at least we've got that cleared up.
Be careful. She might try to frame you for kidnapping her.
I'm too far away.
Well, you saw what Gretchen Whitmer tweeted out today, right?
So real quick, I'm gonna interrupt this, but I want to say congratulations to my buddy Ked. He had a major life event, getting engaged and stuff. So glad to hear that, sir.
Not a
hope all is well.
Load shit.
So, but yeah, this guy compares a sexually transmitted disease to two things you can't pass along to anyone, no matter how hard you fucking try. And diabetes and high blood pressure. This guy,
look, if you keep going at it, maybe you can do it.
He's your typical leftist fucktard who just wants to do things his own way and doesn't actually need to listen to the science.
Oh, fucking hell. I just realized what this video was. Not your video, this other video that Gretchen Whitmer put out, and I hate it even more now.
So I don't remember how this ended.
That you have to like necessarily go through that, but it's because of the stigma and shame.
And these two women just agreeing with him the whole time.
Yeah, are we going with the one in front being a woman?
I've been laughing about that.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a woman?
Just nodding
along.
Is that a dude?
These are what are they? What is
it? The big titted one is clear. I'm pretty sure I checked the
transitioning.
One, I don't know. Probably transitioning. Yeah.
It's either transitioning or it's a dude.
It looks
very effeminate dude.
Kind of looks like a stranger. He looks like a Stranger Things kid.
Right. Yeah.
Man, being flat chested.
But what was their? These kids are in their 20s, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Well, here's the other thing, though. This is very generational. So these kids do not understand the AIDS crisis.
No.
The AIDS is not a thing to them. Okay. When I was a kid, that was fucking terrifying because Anthony Fauci caused problem. Oh, wait, what else did he do? Anyway, but that's what it was. It was a whole new thing.
I just get it from breathing the same air as people. I mean, I was like,
that's right,
5, but
yeah. But AIDS was a major thing in the 80s.
Yes.
And And,
blew
you know,
up out of
especially,
nowhere.
obviously the gay community was hugely hit by it. Hollywood actors
guys
died
just
about
won't
it.
quit fucking.
Well, Freddie Mercury.
Yeah. Rock Hudson, I think.
But to be fair, I will say there was some decent stigma of AIDS. Like people started freaking out, and
Yeah.
I can't remember why was that happening. Like nobody actually was getting accurate information. People actually lost their lives. So I wonder where that was happening. You know, like who was in government at the time that might have been in charge of that specific detail.
Probably someone who deserved to be there 40 years and have the highest salary ever.
Yeah, you're right. But what it was blood transmission, and like there's serious issues to that, and we know it now, but back then it was terrifying.
Yeah.
Because it was also like drugs were also being used heavily.
What I'm going to say a name, and I don't know if any of you are going to remember this name. Ryan White.
Nope.
No. Ryan White was a young boy who got AIDS through a blood transfusion.
Oh,
And-
yeah. That was
And
a
he
thing.
became very famous. He would go out and speak, and like Michael Jackson was supporting him and everything. He was an example of like, you know, the whole scare about tainted blood. It's a different time, you know.
Sounds like a white. You know what? I'm not going to say that.
Yeah,
I
it
shared
was a
it-
very different time.
Yeah,
Yeah, we relied on 3 people to tell us the news every day. That was it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to take us back though to Gretchen Whitmer real quick, because she tweeted this out, and I didn't know what this was until just now.
You gonna share it?
I have it shared.
Oh, how I didn't get the little notification.
So she tweeted this out.
Yes.
Finally made it out of the group chat. Didn't know what this was until this stream.
That's
last year.
Katie Hobbs
Yeah.
Where?
I
In
in
the
the
back?
background with the.
Is that Katie Couric
one?
up front?
I think it might be.
listen.
That's
I didn't
Katie Hobbs.
realize
And
this-
there's Gretchen Whitmer
no,
in the
that-
back. Yeah.
This is Gretchen Whitmer. I did not realize that these were all governors until just
Oh
now.
shit! Wait, still running in the background. What's that vibrating sound?
It's the
Uh,
it's the
that's
video
their
itself.
friend
Doesn't
at
really
night.
help. Doesn't really help, but I hate this video for so many reasons, but this bent right here, that's my governor.
Hey,
Oh.
hey guys. Hey guys.
I
Guess
hate her
I'm
so
sorry.
much.
I didn't say. Hey girls, gals. Guess what? Because
God.
of that ruling, you can make the rules in your own state regarding abortion, called states'
like-
rights. Thank you
She
very
looks like
much.
a fucking lesbian.
Which one? The 2 up front?
No,
That one does. Yeah.
This one looks like a lesbian. I have no idea. I hate how she actually looks like my grandma.
Here in Arizona, we have Supreme Court. We have abortion going to the Supreme Court.
Well,
Katie,
no.
Katie Hobbs can't
This-
do fuck all about it.
I'm gonna bitch about my goddamn governor for a moment because motherfucker, okay, you
Which one?
won. The grandma looking fucker right here, like the person who looks like a stereotypical grandma.
They all
Do you not
kinda
see my
do.
cursor? Do you not
Yeah,
see
they
my
all
cursor?
kinda
My grandma's
We see her. The
my-
one on
Varying
the far right.
ages.
My grandma.
And the one with the very short, not the lesbian looking one, the one that with the short hair, glasses, and
They're all gay.
you know what, more of a refined suit. I'll actually give her that. I actually do like her outfit that she
The-
has on.
The one in
What?
the maroon pantsuit kind of looks like Phasma Brianna of Tarth,
And-
but gayer.
What's also
What's her- MSNBC host.
fucking what's his
Actually, it
name?
looks. I have to say this. She looks like Joe Scarborough mixed with the fucking other lesbian cunt from MSNBC.
Rachel Maddow?
Yeah, looks like Joe Scarborough and Rachel Maddow had a child right there.
Don't tell
The one
Mika
with
that.
maroon.
Possible.
But anyways, okay, fucking cunt. I'm gonna say this because fuck you. Guess what? You guys fucking won in Kansas. You muddied up the fucking abortion law so goddamn much that nobody knew what they were fucking voting for. Everyone
That's the
wants
point.
to say, But no. Everybody keeps wanting to say, well, Kansas has a very liberal abortion law. Kansas has a very liberal abortion law. Our abortion law is basically Roe v. Wade because we don't have a right to make the decision. It goes straight to the Supreme Court. We voted on can the people actually decide, and they muddied it up so much. They wrote the law in such a way that nobody knew what the fuck they were voting for.
You know,
So I
a
don't want
lot
to hear
of
it from you, you cunt. You're also
the-
stopping shit. You're gridlocked Kansas, so fuck you. I hate you.
my
Gridlock-
governor's fine.
Gridlock is a good thing
Yeah.
Listen, not when they're
because the
encroaching
government
your
fucks shit up
bullshit
more than they get shit right. So if they can't get anything done, it's a good thing.
here. Static. Kansas has been trying to stop the trans stuff in schools. They've been trying to do everything,
Yeah.
and it's constantly stopped by this fucking cunt. Because it might be a Republican-led state, but the problem is the Democrats have just enough power that they can't give us a veto-proof majority, and she controls the goddamn.
Oh, you see, so Arizona
controls
doesn't
the
have.
governor.
Arizona's gotten some veto-proof stuff through. I can't remember off the top of my head, but we've got enough right wingers in our local Congress
We
that
have-
they're able to overdo
Oh,
anything she
Adam
vetoes.
Kinzinger is up talking.
Well, he's not the special guest.
Yeah, we have just enough Democrats in our House to block people up,
Yeah.
and the problem is, fun fact: a lot of old farmers are Democrats because of the union days and the help you out and all that.
They're
stuff.
old. No, they're old Democrats. They're not the current
Yeah.
Democratic Party.
But they don't
They're-
realize that they vote
It's-
D
it's-
no matter who, vote blue no matter who crowd.
Yeah,
Same with vote
it's
R no matter who.
like
crowd.
that's my in-laws. You know, like, and I think of my grandparents. My granddad and my grandma, you know, passed years ago, they were Democrats. But if you brought them to the world today and you showed them what's going on, they'd be asking me to drive them down to, to register as Republicans and vote as Republicans, because this is not the party of Kennedy. This ain't even the
Trust
party of Clinton.
Trust
This
me,
is
I know.
Obama's party.
I have a lot of my dad's side of the family is Democrats, and they still think it's the Kennedy Democrats, or
Yeah, 'cause they
actually
don't pay
the Clinton.
attention.
They think it's the Clinton Democrats because they
Yeah.
like Clinton.
Bubba,
Oh,
but
God.
Bubba was a smart politician, and Bubba really, in the end, ended up being more centrist with his policies, because Bubba went on the mindset kind of that Reagan did. I'm not going to get 100%, but if I can get 70, 80% of what I want, it's worth making the deal. That's what politicians do, and we've lost that now because no one really calculates. What is your end goal? It has to be 100% or nothing. No, you can't.
Yeah.
You have to learn some compromise.
I need a
You have
double.
to a little.
I need to double check
A little
something.
bit of what you want.
I think I actually do have family members working in my governor's cabinet.
Office, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I know I had one working for the last governor. I wonder if I
I'll
have some.
be
working for
careful.
her.
You don't want to say that and potentially dox yourself.
They did not same last names.
Okay. Well, that's still
Their name's
listen,
not, the last name's not
autist-
Wormy.
Autist exists.
We're talking about deep, long family ties here. Family been here since Kansas founding. So, welcome to Kansas. We're all somehow related to each other.
How, Steve? How? Want to know
Want to know how
you're
I
gay?
know Brad is lying?
I'm really hurt.
Wait,
by
what is Brad lying about?
I-
Is he lying about being HIV positive?
He says smart and politician in the same sentence. I'm just
Oh.
very supportive of Steve tonight. I just want to point that out.
So I have one last video to share before we get into the Acolyte stuff. This one
Someone
was
else has
shared
pointed
by
that out.
Stalker Zulu a few days ago in the group chat. I don't know if anyone watched it. I'll lay some groundwork. This guy is doing like a cologne review, right? He's reviewed a few colognes. This is the last one. And he kind
saw
of goes
this.
into this mental breakdown. I don't know if he's on drugs or something, but he goes down this really weird, very personal rabbit hole.
Is this the one with the red cologne bottle?
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't seen this.
I did.
This has been the past month has been insane, and I have missed a bunch of shit that I needed to see. So
this is just really weird.
What
And kind
the-
of like a
Yeah, that one, it
thought-
hasn't even started yet. What? Let it go. Let it go.
that looks like a goddamn dildo.
Yeah, we don't. Let it go.
I think Steve caught you. He might be right. He said smart and politician in the same sentence. All right.
I
here
just
we
want
go.
to know I'm supporting Steve.
And the last one I don't talk so much about is Perry Ellis 360 Red. I love it, man. It's the dildo of the fragrance industry. And yeah, it's not so funny actually. Still don't know how to talk about the topic of masturbating. It's difficult, man. I do it, but I don't come. And, you know, it's just like, if I can be that honest, but it's simply to boost my power type of vibe. All right, ultimately, of course, I want to have a girlfriend and a wife. Turning that girlfriend into a wife and have great kids. So that's Perry Ellis 360 Red.
What the fuck? Like, I saw this video drop, but I did not listen to it. I just saw him waving this thing around.
This went 6 ways from Sunday.
What the fuck?
First off, he appropriately acknowledges that it looks like a red dildo.
Yeah,
Fine.
roll with it. That worked.
But wait, then he goes, from the dildo to talk about him masturbating. And then apparently, I don't always come when I'm masturbating, is what he says? Well, what? Well, sir,
I want to.
That's
have
why
you heard the word oversharing?
That's why I think he was on drugs, because he like followed some weird mental trail that was very fucking raw. I don't know how else to describe it.
So
it's like, hey,
reviewer.
there's the white rabbit. I'm going to follow him wherever he goes.
This was a cologne reviewer. I know nothing about the red dildo of the cologne industry. All I know is this dude potentially shoved it up his ass because he can't complete when masturbating. After he mentioned that it was he can't ejaculate after calling it a dildo and then talking about masturbation, and then decided to talk about wanting a girlfriend and a wife, but then turning the girlfriend into a wife. And I'm just like, something here isn't adding up. I think you've shoved that bottle up your ass.
I kind of want to see the rest of the video, what came before this.
Well,
because he had other fragrances he was reviewing beforehand that was on that little table.
Well,
and that was his review of this one.
Yeah, but why? I still don't like. He literally said, but he doesn't. He says he doesn't come. Okay, but you know, like maybe say you're training. Okay, maybe you're training for stamina. Okay, at least say that. Now it sounds like you got a dysfunction, man. You're not going to get a wife or girlfriend out of that.
How do you go from talking about cologne to talking about jacking off?
Well, I mean, say
just because he said it's the dildo of fragrances.
That's a joke. That's a fine joke
to run with.
Yeah, because it looked like a red dildo. That's fine.
Yeah.
But where do you say now? But the logical leap for him, clearly, like Jeremy was saying, is, well, clearly there's a connection between self-gratification and this fragrance. For him, that's the proper inference.
You know what? Yeah,
find him right now. Jeremy Fragrance, YouTube.
That's 4gaychan.com.
No, I found him.
And you know this, Brad.
I'm just putting it together.
He has a video from
just like he's gonna have to put together his wife when he orders her from Japan.
I found the video, I think.
Oh no.
Is this the video? Is this the video?
Cammy's sister is speaking.
Who?
I'm sorry. Kamala.
I found the video.
Kamala.
She has a sister?
Yeah, actually, her sister's much darker skinned than she is. Actually,
shit.
Also, Kamala Harris is not African American.
How the fuck does this guy have 2.4 million subscribers?
He's really good at reviewing cologne.
So this is the video from 9 days ago that he's taught. Is this the no? Oh, he just has it. Oh, he uses this cologne a lot, I guess. Okay, I'm trying to find his initial video.
Like how does he use it a lot?
The video that I was just looking at is top 10 fragrances on my table, and he has the exact same bottle that he pulls up.
So Ken has a point here. Sense and sexuality have to be linked. Look at Creepy Joe.
Oh.
Well, pheromones is a known thing.
The time has come, gentlemen. It's time to talk about the Acolyte being canceled. And
Oh,
people
boy.
losing their shit over it.
I have faith. I have faith we will find out what happens to those crazy kids, Osha and Kamir.
So this first one is a tweet that came out earlier yesterday, and I don't completely understand it. Maybe one of you can explain it to me.
What do you need me to explain to you?
Disney, you better keep the Acolyte's name out of your tax forms.
You to understand.
Well, we have a little threatening going on here. Basically, my take would be they want to write it off.
To me, it sounds like this person doesn't want them to write it off.
Yeah, but Disney wants to write it off, and he's saying if you do, I'm going to have Mama Kardashian shoot you.
Yeah. So they want Disney to lose money over the Acolyte.
Yeah. So, no, what it is essentially, so if they do the tax forms, Disney then has to completely nuke it from existence. So if they do that,
which is what they're doing,
you have it looks like what they're doing, but you end up having a serious issue there. You have to get rid of it. They don't want it to get rid of. They want to keep every little bit of it left there. But the problem is, let's be real fair here. This fucker didn't even watch it.
Of course. Well, no, that's a lie, Jeremy. Look at his flag.
Good chance he didn't watch it because
I disagree.
we all know the numbers weren't there. But I also want to say they might not be completely erasing it because apparently I saw someone else also was doing some research on all the Acolyte merch being removed.
Mm-hmm.
All the Andor
Ryan
merch
did
has
one.
been removed as well.
Ryan probably. Well, I don't know if there was Andor merch to begin with.
Please say it so.
Hold on.
Because all of those fuckers. Okay.
Andor is the greatest thing ever created.
Yeah, if you listen to EFAPs.
Okay, guys, I'm going on to eBay. I'm looking to see what I can get.
So Ryan Kennel did a breakdown of this. I don't know about the Andor stuff. I don't know if Andor had stuff there to begin with or not, but Acolyte did have merch there to begin with. It was a couple of shirts, and then the Disney store just took them down. No, not on the Disney side.
I thought I saw toys of May or Osha or whatever.
There
we got
might have
Funkos.
been a toy. There might have been
a toy.
But the thing is, so far, even on the HasLab stuff, they are still, I think, making Acolyte stuff like Hasbro Acolyte.
Okay.
Same way they tried to make the what's it, Revo lightsaber that never came to fruition.
Yeah, they're still, guys. So Hasbro still has the Black Series Acolyte stuff up for sale. I need to dig into how this how these things actually work. Oh, $60 for all of them. Oh, good for you.
$68.99. I get 5 Funkos. I get an Osha. I get a Kamir. I get a Yord. I get a
Yord.
Yes. I get a Basil, and I get a Squid Game.
So I am wondering, and this is just my personal thing. I do think they're gonna tax write it off, and I'm thinking what they're doing right now is they're just getting rid of the easiest stuff first. So essentially the Disney Store stuff, and then they're probably going to all their distributors who make the toys and are saying just stop selling them, just stop, and they'll probably take a little bit of time because they're obviously they obviously have contracts in the work right now because they thought this was going to be such a big deal.
It's probably for $50 I can get a life-size Yord stand-up cutout.
For $30,
I'm going to put that behind me.
For $30 on Hasbro, I can get a Basil.
An X-23 Padawan stand-up, $50.
I just don't understand why that individual would not want Disney to save some money. Apparently, I mean, they obviously like Disney and what they're doing, so you'd want them to have more money to put more shit projects.
They still think the bigots are the problem.
We'll get
using
there.
the brain.
There's a Master Nipple Black series.
There's a lot of black series. Is that racist to say?
Black Lives Series matters.
Not worth purchasing to give Disney money.
$60, you can get all of them.
I buy everything secondhand.
So here's another interesting tweet from For Light and Life. By the way, don't harass any of these people. Leave them all alone. There's no reason to do any of that
Hey,
stuff.
listen, I will do it every time Adam quote tweets one of these fucktards. I always take the time to quote tweet them as well and also dunk on them. And sometimes I get the block too.
Yes.
But wait, here's the thing.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
you don't have to say anything. You just point it out. This is the fallacy of like Lives of TikTok, where they say like she's attacking people. She's literally just sometimes she does, but literally just reposting stuff that's already been posted.
I'm fine with that. But sometimes she goes after people and their jobs.
Yeah, we know we don't like that. Stop it, Shia.
Bad Shia.
So this one says, I can't get over the Acolyte cancellation, but I'm not sure I could ever get over how unsafe it is for new and existing fans to comment on or be positive about Star Wars on its official socials. There is no moderation, no protection for people just wanting to respond positively. So she wants to live in an echo chamber. Echo chamber.
Point of order. This is literally what Gary talks about all the time. When you go back to the old comic book stores or you meet a convention, you have nerd fights. You'd argue what's good. You'd argue what's bad. That's what nerds do. This is a nerd fight. I wasn't bitching about the Acolyte being woke. I was bitching about it being poorly made. I was talking about poor acting, poor storytelling. That's my point. And I'll argue that anytime, anywhere with anyone. I'll do that with any of this stuff. I don't need to argue woke shit. I'm telling you why the story's not good. And that's what nerds fight about.
I don't have that tweet, but there was someone with the same sentiment as the people we've been reading here and we'll continue to look at. There's someone who pointed out that, like, you know what, it wasn't the greatest thing, but the bigots made it worse than what it really was. And they like completely agreed. Like the acting was mediocre. The writing wasn't great. But then they still blame bigots.
I purposely avoided talking all that shit. I purposely avoided talking woke shit.
Talk about that shit. You don't have to.
I literally said at one point, look, I accept there's gonna be woke shit in this. I just want to talk about how bad the show is. Which you can do.
You can do both as well.
It will be great.
It wasn't really all that woke. It wasn't nearly as cringe as I was hoping it would be.
Now the lesbian space witches was cringe as fuck.
Yes. The power of man. Fractured Filter, our very own Fractured Filter, admitted last night on his KOTOR 2 stream he needed the power of many in order to beat a certain area.
I never admitted to that. That was in the chat. That was Spartacus admitting that one.
I usually need the power of many to help complete 2. Don't you worry.
I'll admit my stupid shit that I say, but that was not it.
We don't need to know about the human centipede, dude. Shut up.
Aww, the human centipede.
Here's the thing.
It's awesome.
Nobody's saying these people can't be positive.
That's fine.
I don't give a shit if you want to be positive about the show. I will make fun of you. I'll say, hey, I'm not gonna, agree with you. If you're positive about the show, go on ahead, be positive. I'll point and laugh. But then they like to come out here and say, do exactly what you did mention, Static. There's a lot of people going around like, well, the bigots blew it out of proportion, but it wasn't really that good. Writing was bad and stuff. I've been seeing stands come out of the woodwork say, yeah, it had issues. It wasn't perfect. There was a lot of problems. But there's a lot of shows that have problems in their first season. And they worked it out over a series of time.
Yeah, but this was 8 episodes and it cost 180 fucking $1 million.
Fractured.
Both are shit.
Yeah.
Fractured.
Where did that
and-
money go?
As a Star Trek, it's probably Leslie Hadland probably has a nice new beach house.
Speaking of Star Trek, the same people that are saying more than one season, they're also mentioning fucking
Discovery.
Next Generation.
Yes.
And they're mentioning Breaking Bad as shows that needed more than one season to fully develop the story. And it's like, what? Yeah, but also those stories didn't cost $180 million.
Exactly. How many episodes of Star Trek season 1? Next Generation, Star Trek season 1. Do you know how many?
I have no fucking idea. I'm not a
Of course you don't.
Trekkie.
It's 26. 26. There were 29 episodes in the first season of original series.
Did the Star Trek
And those were expensive shows.
God.
8 episodes. 8 episodes of this show cost $180 fucking million.
Oh fuck.
And then
How?
she goes on to
Wow.
say even their brand partners are getting hate for daring to talk positive about the show. It's really disgusting. What do you mean brand partners?
Oh, she's here. Joy has arrived.
Joy Reid?
No.
Oh.
Kamala?
Oh, for God's sakes, Brad.
So wait, they didn't
I'm
even
so
have the-
excited.
So wait, she's not
Wait,
even
you're-
the headliner. The special guest is going to be the headliner.
No, I don't think there's a special guest. She's here now.
And she's on stage. She didn't
She's
just show
on
up.
stage. We are
You watch
crying.
this? Fuck
I
the
bet-
Acolyte.
They've either got Beyonce or Taylor Swift or someone coming on. I don't think she's the headliner because it's so fucking early for them. She's not
It
going to
is
talk for
early.
2 hours. 'cause they've been
There was
wrapping
some
the show.
guy. Do you know Terrence Williams, Uncle T, the pancake guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's out there. He's posting some shit about like she's already drunk. Breaking news: she's already drunk. That's right. I think it's bullshit.
Shocker.
We'll see how much she laughs.
Listen, here's the-
Oh, her beta husband just. Oh my God, she's already laughing.
Of course.
well, she's laughing, one, because she's drunk, two, because the DNC just bent over and said, here you go, everybody.
Oh, they have all these little black girls screaming her name like at the fucking Taylor Swift concert.
Oh God.
This is our Mamala, President Mamala.
Well, she is a wine mom.
So these people who want the Acolyte
I'm not gonna listen to shit anymore.
who want the Acolyte back have done their due diligence and created a petition to renew.
This
the
has worked in the
Acolyte.
past.
It has. They've got 13. They almost have 14,000 signatures.
Wait.
It's picking up speed. They
This has
almost
worked
they have
in the past?
just over 8,500 signatures
Trek.
today. Yesterday at this time, they only got just under 500 people to sign up for that day. So it's definitely picked up pace.
Before we look at the supporter videos, Brad, Star Trek Discovery had a change.org?
Oh no, not change.org. I'm talking the original series was going to be
Oh,
canceled.
that's not the same fucking thing.
Yes, it is. It's a writing campaign to make the show
Yeah,
go
but
on.
No, it's
A writing
I was-
campaign is much different than a bunch of autists on a fucking digital website that nobody actually cares to take
Listen,
seriously.
Well, we didn't. They didn't have digitals in 1967.
I know, but I'm saying a write-in campaign is actually, that actually requires effort. That actually requires you to write and then go to the mailbox, get the stamps, and mail that shit out.
Okay.
This is nothing.
Okay.
A change.org thing is nothing.
Okay, but I'm just saying that a write-in campaign, a petition campaign, has worked before. So I'm just pointing that out.
I'm separating the two personally.
But also, wait, they are now saying, okay, let's presume they're going to do this another season, another $180 million. We have 15,000 people as their goal, right?
Right.
So that
this
means
goal goes up every
that's
time they hit
the
one.
current. So that I think
so
that's
if they
the
hit
current
15,000, that means each one of those people is $12,000. If I did the math right.
Okay.
He's doing lawyer math, not Jew
Yeah,
math.
they
It's completely
need
different math.
They need 500,000 people.
Oy vey.
They probably need 1 million people to make Disney even fucking.
Well,
Look at
here's the thing.
They need 1 million people to make Disney even.
I
Scratch
can
their
name-
balls to think about this.
I can name 3 change.org petitions off the top of my head. there was the one for Amber Heard to be completely removed from fucking Aquaman 2.
Aquaman. And that one was massive.
That one was massive, but really, let's be honest, didn't really happen.
No.
The second one I can think about off the top of my head was the uncensoring of fucking Stellar Blade, which happened but didn't happen. That's a whole situation.
Yeah, they had copyright issues with the Stellar Blade stuff.
That it
Fucking
becomes
idiots.
a little bit, it becomes a little bit muddier on what actually happened there. But okay, you had a petition there. Third petition I can think of off the top of my head is the current one for Ubisoft to definitely not release Assassin's Creed Shadows into Japan, and this is being led by Japanese gamers.
If only that were going to happen.
Those are the three I can name off the top of my head. One of those, all three of those, okay? One of those people can argue if it had effect or not, but all three of those have essentially done jack fucking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These don't do anything.
No.
They've never done anything. There might be one.
The Amber Heard one might have reduced her screen time.
I think there was a lot to do with the Amber Heard one. I think
Yeah. Well, yeah, she did a lot herself to get her screen time reduced.
I think there was a lot of things that happened into the Amber Heard situation. But a change.org petition, they just don't work, okay? That it's never worked. And then to Brad's point, $180 million. The same show that was put out at the exact same time, House of the Dragon, also cost around $180 million. Difference is House of the Dragon was actually cheaper in the long run than this.
Because it had a longer runtime.
Longer run times. Exactly. And looked so much better. So relatively same amount of money, but longer run times. Fucking looked fantastic story. And have a lot of issues with how it ended. But it's still 1,000 times better than fucking the Acolyte. It's a House of the Dragons in a galaxy far, far fucking away. And then people take a look at this and go like, wait, this costs $180 million? Where the fuck did that money go? So I agree. I think they're going to tax write this thing because it's $180 fucking million. That's just for the show. Yeah. That's not for server space. That's not for merchandise that isn't moving. That's right. There's a lot of shit to this. If you tax write it, you can just nuke all those things and say, we're done. We're done. We're done. And I hope they do it because it would be the funniest day. It was already hilarious when it got canceled. Then they pulled down the merchandise. If they nuke this thing from orbit, if they willow this, if they backthrow this,
if they willow it, oh my god!
If they willow a Star Wars property, oh my fucking god! I mean, okay, so this has been my whole thoughts on this thing because to me this is actually them in an indirect way admitting they fucked up.
Yeah, and, 100%.
And Disney, Lucasfilm, whoever, I've always been very much, and I still am under the assumption, there are things that they will not admit they fucked up with, sequel trilogy being one of them. They won't admit they fucked that up at all. But this is still a big one, just for the very fact of all of a lot of the degenerate little pause that was in this goddamn show and surrounding the fucking marketing on top of it. So the fact that they are actually shutting down this project, which had so much proud, great representation for the alphabet community, and they're still axing this shit. I enjoy it a little too much, but I'm still a little shocked by it. That's just it.
Well,
here's that they're admitting to this. Let Brad go. He put his hand.
Yeah, let Brad make his point.
I stepped away, but I heard Jeremy say cancellation. I think that's the other thing that needs to be pointed out. This is the only one they're actually saying is canceled.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we doing this? And I've heard every people say it, and I completely agree. It's my thought. It's myself. They're doing this for points because it got canceled because it was made by a lesbian. See, they hate us. This is promoting a victimization. It doesn't matter if the show wasn't good. It's like
Okay.
because it was
Oh.
made by a lesbian. I think they're trying to say,
Okay,
But it's
I
so
want
funny, though,
Dermy, make your point, and
Okay,
I've
go ahead.
got to play this first video.
Okay, but real quick to Brad's point, you're saying that from the stand's perspective, not Disney's perspective, because what Disney's doing, because there's a conspiracy going around that I actually kind of agree with, that Disney specifically said it was canceled to end any and all discussion about it, because guess who was continuously going around trying to start internet campaigns over and over again to get that season 2, because she specifically kept saying season 2 wasn't greenlit, season 2 wasn't greenlit, season 2 wasn't greenlit. Fucking Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant kept doing that. She was begging for that season 2. You could tell it by the end, that final fucking episode. She wanted that season 2 so badly she'd sleep with a dude.
whoa,
But she didn't get it.
that's insane.
So it's come out that so I'm not surprised it got canceled, but I am surprised it happened so soon. It's come out.
Yeah.
It's to kind of quiet her down. Okay. So to the point that everyone's making, I would love to watch this first video. I wish I could make it full screen, but it just doesn't seem to do that. This is funny. This shit is fucking hilarious.
The Acolyte was probably canceled due to low viewership, which is reasonable. It's a reasonable enough reason to cancel a show.
But
it goes against their narrative. They were touting how this was the most watched show on Disney Plus. It was the best of Star Wars ever. It beat out Kenobi prior to it, or whatever the fuck was prior to. Bad Batch, whatever. But this was the new savior of Star Wars.
This guy knows. This guy knows.
I mean, what a thing. That has to sting a little bit to actually admit that. It's got to just a little bit.
So here's the cope.
Oh boy, here we go. Let's do it.
I would ask the powers that be to consider that it had poor viewership because it was hate campaigned and review bombed before it even came out.
Point of order, sir.
Amount of power YouTubers
We
have
are gods.
absolutely insane.
How do we have this power? Wait. They had videos saying there are more of them than of us.
Hey, if there was more of them than of us, the show wouldn't have been canceled.
This is literally the Kamala campaign. Ignore what we said in the past. Pay attention now. And our feels.
Okay, you got this already. I didn't know if you had it or not.
Oh, she's got pink hair. What a shock.
Oh God, they look exactly the way you think they would.
That's a Stephanie.
It's just a fucking caricature.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was a great video. Yeah, I've got that. I was gonna bring that up next. Let's hear what else this gentleman has to say.
Sticking with it might be an opportunity that is being passed up.
Okay, nothing. We're gonna skip this guy in the middle. He's boring. We're gonna go to grandma here.
What the
we got some
fuck
wine
is that?
We're talking about wine.
The wine grandma.
Cat ladies.
Cat ladies, yeah.
That's out of the fucking hut.
Let me guess. They're upset. They're not gonna get more Oshimir or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, because
Sexy Sith.
Wait, keep scrolling real quick.
That's the last of it. Just these two here.
Can I just point something out?
Yeah.
Where's the POC women?
Yeah.
Because actually,
I saw one. Go back. Wait,
The
go
guy
back.
we were just listening
No,
to. he's
there
trying-
it, right there. The one with the glasses. That's a POC woman.
I don't think. Actually, I'm looking at all these people. I don't think any of these people are actually.
You don't know what they identify as, you
people of
fucker.
color.
Shut up.
Even that
I'm
first guy.
offended.
I don't think he was a POC. I think he was a white dude, just with a tan.
You don't know what they identify as.
So the white saviors are coming to save.
So let's see what these old women have to say.
Oh God.
They're probably my age. They look terrible.
Yes, I like the Acolyte. I love the Acolyte. I couldn't get enough of it. I've been on YouTube looking at all the videos that people have made about it. But Manny Jacinto and Amanda Stenberg, bring them back. Bring back the actor that plays Saul. I just love
He's
it.
dead!
And it deserves another try. And I don't see why.
Another
Just
try?
because some of the Star Wars fans don't.
mulligan.
It stopped. I don't know why it cuts her off. She says just because some of the Star Wars fans don't, and then it cut her off.
Bitch, Soul's dead. She's dead,
No one's
bitch.
ever, Germany, no one's ever really gone.
Fucking Brad's right.
I haven't seen this one. Let's see what she's got to say.
It's really important to have diversity in many of the stories that are told these days. And just because it may be uncomfortable or new, I remember back when the prequels were first out, everybody bashed them, but now everybody loves them.
Oh, fuck
it's a
off
new
with
generation, and allow each generation to have their Star Wars.
No, I don't want this generation to have this Star Wars. This is
horrible
a
Star
mercy
Wars.
killing. This is mercy to not give this to them. This is us looking at them, go like, you deserve better.
Ugh.
I have a drop of Crown Royal. I have a drop.
So there's been some fun little reviews
All right,
here.
so I said this last night.
Does anyone remember soft bigotry of low expectations?
And then there's that.
I mean,
but I said this last night.
Wait,
How many
it keeps getting worse.
How many of these signatures are going to be real?
Wait, hold on. Who's this fucker I follow on Instagram? Because this guy's what the fuck is his name? Hold on, give me a second.
We all know that as
Brody Wan Kenobi. So he is just a shill for whatever Star Wars comes out. Basically, his line is, I don't care if it's good or not. I just want the content. At that point, literally, it's like, I need my fix. I don't care if it's actual Coke or baking powder made to look like crack. Okay? You are trying to get a hit. You don't care how good it is. That is the worst thing. That's what leads to shows and genre becoming bad. Because when the fans say, as long as I have it, it doesn't matter if it's good or not. That's how we have Kurtzman Trek.
Nah.
That's what we have Star Wars now. Because no one says, let's think about quality. Let's just put it out. Because they'll take it, whatever the content is. And these fucking high-ass motherfuckers that are addicted just to the name don't even recognize quality. I mean, you got high-grade Colombian and you got shit-ass crack. They're taking the shit-ass crack. They don't care.
I just want to go.
No, they don't care because you got people like, where did it go? You got people like this. Those who've actually watched this series know that this is how Star Wars stories should be told. Those who actually watch this series.
I watch a series.
I watched the whole damn thing, and it's not Star Wars.
And no one fucking watched the show.
Yeah, here's the other thing. As the oldest Star Wars fan on here, as the only one who saw Star Wars in the theater in '77, they keep there's this thing going on now. We talk about like making Star Wars for kids, like Skeleton Crew's made for kids.
Goonies in
Star Wars
space.
is always made for kids. I was 4 and 5 years old when I saw Star Wars. I didn't need to see Goonies in there. I related to Star Wars as a 4 or 5 year old kid because it was fun, and it was fun for adults because adults got to tap into that inner child. I don't know what's happened to Star Wars now. It literally, like Lucas, there are so many faults with the prequel, so many faults, but he stayed true to what he wanted to tell. He stayed true to his vision of Star Wars, which Star Wars was for the kids, which is why we had Jar Jar in there, as awful as Jar Jar was. And God bless Ahmed Best, because the dude seems like a nice dude. He got a lot of shit and had trouble with it. But you look now, it's like, they're trying to tell adult Star Wars. That's what an adult Star Wars story. Star Wars has never been that. It never should have been. There were adult themes, but kids could relate to it. It was a basic storyline, basic themes. That's all it was. Simple hero's journey, Joseph Campbell, all that shit. Literally 7 Samurai. Okay? These are all influences for George Lucas. And he made a 1930s science fiction movie in 1977 with upgraded effects. And it appealed to everyone. That's what Star Wars lost. Now they're appealing to this show was meant to appeal to the alphabet community, which is, let's be fair, 5 to 6% for and then divided underneath. It shouldn't matter. You think? Wait, did that 5 or 6% not like Star Wars beforehand? Did they say I can't like Star Wars because I don't have a queer person in it? I don't have a bisexual person in it. I don't have a lesbian relationship. No, everyone likes Star Wars. Black people like Star Wars before Lando came in.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't matter. It appealed.
Everyone liked fucking Star Wars. Yeah. It didn't need that.
Well, and the funny thing is too about it is that Star Wars is always, like you say, had their themes and everything like that, heroism and basically the
good and evil.
Good and evil. Evil, falls, does have triumphs, but the good ultimately
triumphs.
Absolutely. And that's even though with and it can tell, quote unquote adult stories or dark stories. And that's why I love the Darth Bane trilogy, is that it does get into the whole Sith and Darth Bane, how he creates the rule of 2 and everything, but there is still that underlying thing of that there's still the hope in the galaxy. There's still the Jedi that remain. There are the Jedi that'll always be there to ultimately win over the dark side. And it still maintains the theme and feel, even though they are diverting from the usual path of what we know for any other George Lucas's storytelling. And that's why, again, why the prequels, even though it diverted very differently from the way the original trilogy was set up, you had one key thing going on, was a man with a vision, a consistent person driving the story, telling the story. And that was the problem too then with the Disney trilogy, is that they had too many cooks in the kitchen, nobody with a singular
But they didn't have any cooks, they just had servers.
Pretty much.
They were taking whatever's in the kitchen. No one prepared it. They just brought it out.
They weren't even. No, this is the thing. They weren't even preparing in the kitchen. They were just going out.
That's what I mean.
Dumpster. They were going out to the dumpster of what was left over and thrown out.
Okay, so there's some steak over there. It's not cooked. We got some raw potatoes. There's some raw veg. Let's just take it and put it out there. And because I'm going to put a label that says Star Wars on it, you're going to love it.
And that's what even all of these stupid shows that they've released have all basically been more of that.
It's all about the deconstruction of Lucas's vision.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, Leslie Headland was out there saying, I'm going to tell a story from the villain perspective. And I know Fraction will agree. Villain perspective can be interesting. Go back and look at Darth Bane.
Yeah.
Right?
Darth Bane, Darth Plagueis. I mean,
the thing that they were doing here is she explicitly said, I wanted to show the Jedi being bad, that they were at fault. We know they missed it. Okay, George Lucas did not present the Jedi as all-knowing, all-seeing, because that would have meant that Palpatine wouldn't have risen to power. We know the Jedi were at fault. The Jedi were quote-unquote human. Okay, but she wants to deconstruct them.
They were fallible.
Further.
That was the thing. As it gets emphasized through the prequel trilogy, there was the dark side had grown so strong in the galaxy, it blocked their senses. It blocked their ability to see even into future events or use aspects of the Force that normally they would have, but could not, because Palpatine had thrown such a shadow over the galaxy. That was the whole point. And that's why then there was the beacon of light at the end of Revenge of the Sith, A New Hope, in the twins. That was the whole. Yeah.
So you bring up Darth Plagueis and Bane and all them, and Allison here has a very interesting comment.
Yeah, I saw that.
I hear the Renaissance nerd in my head as I read this. Ever hear the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Nope. Because the Acolyte was canceled. Crying face, crying face, crying face. Bring it back. How do you know who the fuck Darth Plagueis is?
Point correct.
Because the story existed already.
Right.
Oh, shit.
It always saw, literally, if you did not know Darth Plagueis, if you had seen the original, not the original, the prequels.
Yeah.
Have I ever told you about Darth Plagueis the Wise?
The Wise.
Okay, that's it. That's all we hear. How do you know, but for seeing the comics, but for the novel, how would you know that image is Darth Plagueis? It is
without
clearly
being told, yeah.
because it was cribbed like they've done with all of the EU stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they cancel, and they're doing this so they don't have to pay the actual authors and creators of this stuff.
Yep. That I've been saying that with the like redoing of the book covers and stuff like that. It's so they can have 100% ownership over all of these aspects of the EU, of anything. They decommissioned it so they could slowly but surely re-release things. You had the trash panda Filoni, notoriously going through every aspect of the EU to reuse, repurpose, retool. Even though, as to his words, that would be rude to disrespect the characters that came before, but keeping him consistent on anything. And I still love that we learned how, yes, Dave Filoni is the minion above Leslie Headland, who she went to and became her mentor. So, yay.
So, Micah, does he have the right idea? I'm signing this petition solely in hopes that Disney bleeds even more money.
See, that's why I said last night on my stream, like, how many people are going to be legitimately signing this, and how many people are signing it to troll and for things like that?
Wait. Wait, Elijah. Let's look at Elijah there. Okay, the Acolyte has flaws. Still, I like the story. I'm interested to see more of the story and the characters. Okay, that's fine. That's a fine statement if that's what you think. Season 1 was a satisfying mystery. Where's the mystery?
I
don't think
we were given the answer.
You keep saying this word. I do not think you know what it means.
I'm looking for this one specific comment I saw earlier today, and I'm at this point, I'm at 5 hours ago, and I don't know how long ago it was, but it was someone who was saying, I want season 2 because laughing at season 1 was great for my YouTube channel.
Yeah, I gained
Jeremy,
more.
did you post on there?
I'm over 260 because of the Acolyte and Doctor Who. I mean, I need the Acolyte. Wait, what is it? Wait, Ian. Wait, what does Ian say? Go back to Ian.
Ewan. Oh,
Ian.
It was Ian there because there was Ewan above Ian. Star Wars benefits from multiple diverse creators playing in her sandbox.
He gendered Star Wars.
To toss that aside,
well, the Force is
because a small vocal few didn't enjoy it is financial and creative suicide.
Wait, what?
No one watched the show.
Despite what your articles out there were saying, nobody actually watched. A show does not get canceled if it doesn't have the viewership to back it up. It didn't have the viewership.
Wait. What's the most popular show on television right now? I have, like, on network TV. I have no idea.
Okay, on network TV, I don't know. But
all right, so let's go back and say it's. Let's go back to the 90s. Like, Seinfeld's the number one show, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so like, So if we every week came out here and say Friends fucking sucks, blah blah blah, Ross and Rachel's stupid, Rachel's a bitch, Monica's neurotic, Chandler clearly has a drug problem in real life, and we just shit on it left and right. Do you think we're going to make a difference? No, because it's the number one fucking show, and millions of people are watching it. We did not affect this. Not us group, but those of us who did not like the show did not cause us to be canceled. It was not given a second season because no one watched it. And as much as I have an ego, and I think I make great arguments, I'm sure a lot of people do, I did not convince anyone to not watch The Acolyte if they like that shit.
Neither did I.
There was another comment that essentially was calling Nerdrotic a ketamine addict.
I think he gave up drugs some time ago.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Yeah,
but even so, where would you even get that from? Like, how does he act?
Odd that he pulls ketamine. Gary clearly said he did.
I think that's a new thing.
Oh,
I think Matthew Perry kind of set like a new
Yeah.
standard and it became a meme or something. I don't know. But we've got one last video.
Real quick, it did turn out that a lot of cocaine keeps getting smuggled in with pineapples. So, and Gary does like pineapple on pizza.
Pineapple on pizza is the best.
There could be
man.
a link there. There could be a link there.
Oh,
You need that cocaine to
early
be
rumors
good.
being spread right now on the Dermy front.
Listen, it's supposed to be a joke. I highly doubt Gary's doing anything, but we do know that Nick Recato really does love pineapples.
Oh boy!
If Gary was
up
doing
his ass or
If
cocaine,
Gary was
I don't know.
abusing drugs, everything he had would fall apart. Very.
He has said that.
Yeah,
he has said that.
Gary has worked
he
hard.
doesn't even have to say that for me to. If he's actually the addict that he says he is,
He actually said that this week.
Oh, really?
He said, yeah, he was talking about that this week. He's like, if I go down that road, it's done. Because I know that.
Yeah.
And then that's why, like he's an addict and he recognizes, which is why he treats it. And
So
also,
we got
he
one more
can't
video
spread
here
that
we're
to
gonna
someone
watch.
else, like HIV.
So we got a super cut of the cope. Thank you from Steph Annie, otherwise known as My Nerdy Home from Geeks and Gamers. She did a great
Steph
job with
Annie?
this. We're gonna check this out.
You mean Stephanie?
Yeah, but if you see how she has it on Twitter, she has a space between Steph and Annie.
I've actually never noticed that.
So I just say it to be weird.
So the Acolyte was canceled. It's definitely because incels didn't like two people of color holding hands. We're not gonna.
Did that cross anyone's fucking mind?
I don't know where they got that, but all right. I'll take
I
it.
never would have thought that at all. I would probably thought it was cringe.
They didn't hold hands to the end.
Fun fact for all these these cunts. I'm just gonna say it. People actually kind of liked Kwamir as the actor. They like Kwamir's actor.
Mir.
They liked Queermere, and they liked the fucking Soul's actor.
I like Soul.
Soul as a character ended up getting destroyed, but Soul was
Yeah.
a decent character. It was like there was two actors that people actually really liked and kind of
Soul was the only
gravitated.
one
His performance was
trying
kind of
to act.
awkward. His performance
Soul
were
was
kind
the
of
only
awkward.
one trying to fucking act. Everyone else sucked.
Actually, I thought
Well,
I
no.
liked Kamir's over the topness because it was
Queermere-
kind of like Palpatine in a
Queermere's
way.
actor was actually like he was putting in a really good performance.
He was
It's just
trying.
The character sucked ass.
Yeah,
They
you
were
can
doing
put
the
in a
best
great
they
performance.
could with what they had.
You can only, if it's shit on paper, you can only make the shit look shinier. It's still shit.
They
Tommy
can
Boy
only-
said that.
Thank you.
They can only smear the shit so much.
And Timon, you're wrong.
What?
Forget that.
They've hit the second tower.
It was set up to fail from the beginning. When the Acolyte was first announced as a female-run show with Leslie Headland at
Damn,
the helm,
you-
starring
there's no
a
guy
black
that wants to
femme
fuck
and a
you, is there?
diverse cast of characters.
The lesbian doesn't matter.
No, I think
Well,
she's straight.
She probably goes around saying I'm queer and I'm bi or I'm
You know what?
pansexual,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I like
Pan,
pussy,
poly,
but, you
and all
know,
those things.
Yep.
she's like I like pussy.
She
but
called up the cologne dude to ask for the dildo.
she's going around going like, yeah, I'll eat some pussy and play around with some pussy, but I want fucking Drexel to just come in there and just. All right.
Unlike we had seen in a Star Wars project before, the review bombers took to the internet before the show even had a chance to air.
Once again, the power of YouTubers.
I guess so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
The
guess
power of money.
We were so insignificant when the show was going around, but now that it's canceled, we are the problem.
Literally, it started with Gary as the power of one, and then
Oh.
Kendall joined in, power of two, and then the rest of us joined in, and it was the power of many.
Manny.
We did it. We did it.
We just played by their rules.
What did Dermy do?
Well, I did say that she wanted, Drex to just come in and go like,
Okay. Yeah.
I understand that it got review bombed to an insane degree by so many people who were hating on it just because of what seemed like internal prejudice.
Amanda Stenberg, who not only gave a phenomenal performance as Osha, but also as her twin sister.
I do not think you know the meaning of the word phenomenal.
It's the driest fucking horse shit. Oh my god.
I
And I only
killed you.
watched like 4
I'm
episodes.
emotionally affected.
I'm
Literally,
same
literally,
fucking person. They were the same.
Leonard Nimoy playing an emotionless Vulcan had more emotion than Amanda Stenberg.
Yeah, you're right.
Leonard Nimoy playing a goddamn robot and Transformers: Dark Side of the Moon, which was not a good movie.
No, that was not a
Transformers
good
wise.
movie.
Awful.
It was a bad, like, narrative wise, it was bad, but for a fun turn your brain off explosion movie, it's fun.
Is that the one with the Romeo and Juliet law?
Yeah, no, that was the next one.
No, it was still a Shia
the
movie.
The third one was the last of the decent ones.
Okay, yeah. The beast,
Then
the one with the beast, the animals, that one wasn't bad.
I
It
haven't
wasn't
watched
great,
it.
but it wasn't
I don't.
When
wanna
did that
watch it.
come out?
Yeah,
Like
a
2 years
few
ago?
Last year, I think. But anyways, back to my point. Leonard Nimoy playing a goddamn robot that was kind of evilish had still had goddamn more emotion than fucking May.
No, I could top you here. Leonard Nimoy did voice announcements in Civilization 4. And all he said at one point when you unlock the space flight stuff was, oh no, it's the satellites. Beep, beep, beep. All he said, and that was already far better than what we got from Amanda Stenberg.
Or more emotion here from my pen.
hey, because
Just
we're
had
on
to one
Star
up
Wars,
me. Damn you, Brad.
because we're on Star Wars, isn't there a droid that just goes like, ooh, ooh,
Oh, R2D2.
Oh, R2D2.
Oh, you mean BB-8, the greatest droid ever?
Oh, son of a bitch,
fuck you. R2D2 has more emotion than May, and all it does is beep. It's beep, bop, boop. It's all it does. It whistles. You know what it feels with whistles.
Oh, I know what this person's problem. Her username is Sawyerism, so she has an aneurysm.
Oh,
no, she gives
That's
aneurysms.
a problem.
It's a brain
She's
clot.
mentally
It's got to be a brain clot. For
No, guys, you're getting it all wrong. She gives aneurysms.
Wait. Kel's getting you guys into all sorts of trouble.
Apparently.
Quick update. I didn't realize it. Kamala's dressed all in black.
Okay.
Oh, she's at a funeral.
Oh, or a fascist rally.
I mean, I see her there in all black. God damn, she does look like a cunt.
I'll catch up on all that stuff tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll look into it tomorrow. I don't have the energy.
Up for themselves and defend herself against the vitriol and bigotry that she was receiving.
Bitch! Shut up! Fucking Amanda Stenberg, Kathleen Kennedy, fucking Harvey Weinstein's goddamn cunt bitch. I can't remember her fucking name off the top of my head right now because I'm just. They came out before the fucking show started and called the entirety of the fan base sexist, racist, misogynists. They attacked us before the show aired. You goddamn cunt.
And we all called it too that they were going to do exactly that tactic. We knew it.
You were just
they do it every time
beforehand. But guess what? You fucking dickless whore. Okay, fucking Amanda Stenberg then thought, you know what? We're gonna go out there and we're gonna drop a diss track attacking the entirety of the fan base again, attacking just everybody and saying the media isn't protecting us and everything. And then we're gonna go on ABC's fucking The View, which by the way, the ABC is owned by Disney, and tell everybody that we love them, that they're fantastic, that she's fantastic, and we're gonna protect her every step of the goddamn fucking way. You fucking crazy cat lady. Kamala Harris voting, no dick having.
You feel better now, Jeremy?
No.
Oh.
Well, you've got Brad's vote.
I don't know now. I'm having real doubts.
So I saw your shirt said Steve, but Dermy had been cut off.
Hey, you have a shirt that says Steve Derby 24.
You didn't see this?
Wait, what?
I just had it full. Oh, he was looking at something else.
Wait,
while
Yeah, he was.
Hold on, wait.
At this point, what the F?
Where can I get this shirt?
$25.
Did you put it on? Did you do it on Teespring?
I forget which one it was. I got another one with
Give
my
me
own
a
name
link.
on it.
Give me a link. I want to buy one.
I'll give you a link.
I kind of want one too.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I'm wondering when anyone is noticing. I'm slowly backing up.
I love that
did
shirt.
not protect her.
Another rant. Small rant. Anybody that thinks that Amanda Stenberg's hot, I have questions for you. That was not an attractive video. That was her just clam dancing the whole time.
That video is not attractive, but there are images of her where she looks good.
She looks like an attractive young woman.
I can't crank it to
She
her.
just loses it all, like so many of them when they open their mouth.
Yeah.
Well, when you go cringe, you lose a lot of attractiveness.
I mean, to be fair, this bitch that we have on screen right now, I could drop a few loads on her face, but then she opens her mouth.
Viral loads.
Sure.
This is why my channel is never getting monetized.
You had dirty.
It's usually me, Steve's shocked out of the reasons you're not getting monetized.
Supposed Star Wars fans were divided, and by that I mean incels of the internet and of Twitter.
Managed to pull off enemies to lovers so well.
Lucasfilm didn't do anything to protect the cast and the crew of the.
What are they supposed to do? What are you even talking about?
There to attack.
What is the protection?
Nobody.
Oh,
went
wait, she's
after
done. What?
any of the
Come on, it's
crew.
done. Wait, she's done?
If anything, anybody
you
was
she wasn't
always
gonna talk
criticizing
to
everybody.
Wait a minute. When did she start? What the? This is like less than an
It's
hour.
been like 20 minutes.
Is
No.
DNC still going on? I'm not
She's
trying
done.
to enter. I'm trying to let people talk, but is it done?
What were you going to say, Fractured?
This catty bitch is going on about the crew and stuff like that being attacked. It's like, no, none of the crew or anybody like that was being attacked whatsoever.
Where's the receipts?
For one, where's the receipts? And two, if anything, I mean, it's very obvious everybody would, if anything, use either Leslie Headland, Kathleen Kennedy, or fucking Bob Iger or whomever as their main targets for why a lot of this is shit. Not the actors or anybody like that. Maybe we criticize their performances, sure, but attacking, no, not so much. No, sure, there's the obligatory. I'm sure there's a few bad apples out there, whatever. But
God,
en masse, it was going
Holy
after
shit.
higher ups.
The DNC's over.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out how long she was out.
Was it supposed to go longer?
Well, think about how Trump's thing went. Think about how the RNC ended. This is the RNC.
Hold on.
42 minutes long. Trump talked for 2 hours. The end of the RNC
It was
a fucking
you're right.
rock.
It was like 45 minutes. I had Crowder on because I was hoping there's closed caption. It's done. That was it.
According
I
to
gotta see
Jeremy,
what's. I'm going to Twitter.
According to Jeremy, the speech was terrifying. What I'm more thinking is how I know we're talking about the Acolyte. I have to mention this. This whole week has been weird.
This is another reason why I can't get any clips out of my show.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
This
You're not
whole
the
week
only
has
one.
been. People need to start actually recognizing this. Compare the RNC to the DNC. At the RNC, people were hyped. Even some of the more lame kind of meh speeches that were out there, people still like, hey, let's go, like clapped, cheered, were very happy about what they were hearing, even on some of the most boringest bullshit that was going on. Like just introducing the fucking convention people and talking to like everybody on the stage going like, yes, we did this. I heard the cheering and hooting from fucking Jeremy's goddamn thing. And he's inside the actual hall. He's not at the main stage watching this. You can hear all the cheers. You can hear all the power all the way through to the end. When you get to the fucking Thursday, that's a goddamn rock concert going on.
40
People
minutes.
are hyped. People are
Holy shit.
interested. There's speeches that are just people are coming out, go like, yeah, let's go. You get Hulk Hogan, you get all these awesome people coming out here, and then you end on Trump giving a 2-hour fantastic speech, just talking about like the assassination attempt, talking about the dude that lost his life.
Assassination. That was probably the most human we've ever seen Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yes, that whole speech was really good, and he did some jokes and stuff, but everybody was hyped. Like it was an extraordinary event. Then you go over to RNC. I watched bits and pieces, but I saw the main speakers. The only time I saw any energy equal to the RNC was when the Obamas came out. Everybody else got, yeah.
I'm trying to.
Ooh, Obama's come out. Everybody's just jizzing their pants.
Yeah.
And then back to, yeah.
Did you guys see the clip of Lil Jon?
No.
He was singing Skeet Skeet Kamala. No one? No.
Wait, 37 minutes of talking?
I just don't care. This is the most fucking astroturfed bullshit. People are falling for it, and the scariest thought is she could win because of fucking illegal immigration.
Well, that's how. Yeah. That's how this works. That's how this works. That's why it's like this.
They're literally doing the hipster bullshit, coming out with fucking American flags and goddamn camo hats and saying, "Look, we're trying to court Americana. We're trying to court the Southerners and the country folk." And it's like they hate you.
There's that. But the reason why this even works is because they emotionally manipulate and gaslight the people who don't have the time to actually look into things.
The Democrat Party relies upon emotions and low information voters.
Yes.
It is all about fear and feelings. We want you to be fearful, and if you're not afraid, we want you to feel good, which is why we're talking about joy. We have joy. I'm going to be the president of joy. Okay, are you running for the president of the fucking kindergarten? Or running to be the president of the United States? Because guess what? Putin ain't going to go, "Oh, I see you're joyful. I stop war."
Yeah.
Trump had a 2-hour fucking thing, and I could have swore it was about 1 a.m. my time when he finally.
Here we go. Clay Travis, quote, "Not one mention of the economy or pocketbook issues tonight from Kamala. It is the single biggest issue in the race. No plan on mortgage rates, cost of goods, wages not keeping up with the prices, zero."
Where's Poly Market at?
I don't know if it's updated yet.
So Charlie Kirk, Donald Harris, Kamala's dad, is still alive. Why wasn't he there to see his daughter be nominated for president?
Oh,
that's a good question.
Unless he's sick or something.
Poly Market, as of right now, says Trump's down 2, but he's sitting at 51%, and Kamala's up 1, but she's at 48%.
Trump
get a
has
bump out of the
lost.
speech.
So Trump has lost 3 points, and Kamala Harris has only gained 1.
Trump's lost 2.
Well, I'm
Is this
talking
the betting
about
market.
I'm talking about since it's high of 7
Poly
point-
Market.
I'm talking about there was a 7-point difference 24 hours ago, and now there's only a 3-point difference. But Kamala was at 47, and Trump was at 53. Oh wait, no. He was at 54, and she was at 47.
When I scroll down to some of the other stuff, as of right now, electoral Trump's up in Arizona, Georgia, Nevada, Pennsylvania is very neck and neck. Harris is up in Wisconsin and Michigan.
All right, I don't think there's any way Trump wins Arizona. And we even had we had a massive Supreme Court win today for the state where ID is required to vote. So what are they going to do?
Your state is literally Chicago politics.
So now I don't know if our governor, Katie Hobbs, who was in that video you shared earlier, Dermy, is able to do. She's been ruling by executive orders, essentially. So I don't know if she can come up with something for illegals to be able to get IDs or not. If she can, if she hasn't already, she certainly will try.
Yeah, to ship them to California or something, then they can come back.
Well, at that point, it doesn't matter. Why ship them to California?
I think you get their legal driver's license and stuff like that.
Oh, right. Ship them to
Yeah.
California and have them come back with their California. I
Yeah.
think they have to have an Arizona ID, though.
Well, yeah, but then they just switch over to an Arizona ID by using their identification of the California ID.
Right.
So these,
right.
one way or another, they have that legal identification.
Yep.
That's all they need.
Yep.
It's not
you're
like,
right.
you know.
Trump
Oh
lives.
boy, do we
Trump
even
is
care
live-
about the rest of this Acolyte video?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No, things kind of got derailed.
It's just, you know, that they're trying to rationalize reality, which again, we're talking about fifis over reality. You spend $180 million on a show that's 8 episodes. The average length of each episode is 34 minutes. So 8 episodes, basically a half hour. What is that? 3 hours? 4 hours?
Something.
Maybe. And it's not a well-told story. I mean, I kept watching it. I'm like, I absolutely know how to tell the story better. I would absolutely put all the flashback stuff in the beginning. You put the flashback stuff in the beginning. No, wait, let me finish. You put the flashback stuff in the beginning as the opening of the story. And then you flash forward to the future and you show the murder of Trinity. But you don't show the face. Somehow you have a connection, and then you find OSHA. You go arrest OSHA. And then it actually becomes, why did you do this? They don't reveal that her twin is alive.
Right.
Until like the 5th or 6th episode. The problem is they destroyed the mystery right in the beginning. It's like Leslie Headland did not know how to tell a story.
Well,
he gave the mystery away at the beginning. Here's the twin sister. Here's the other twin sister. Okay. The mystery would have been, here are the Jedi on the planet investigating a virgins. They find the witches. They find out they created these children, and then stone burns somehow, and everyone dies, and the one sister remains. And then we flash forward in the future, and then we have the murder. We don't know who did it, but somehow there's a DNA connection to OSHA. It's like, why did the former Padawan do it? So literally you have 2, 3, 4 episodes thinking OSHA's a murderer. Maybe she's on the run, and then she gets caught, but another Jedi is killed. How could she have done that? And then it's revealed that her twin sister survived in the 5th or 6th episode. This is how you tell a story. You maintain a mystery. You don't get the mystery away in the beginning.
Kind of funny you say that too, because I said that, not that it was going to make it any better of a story.
No,
but I was saying for Book of Boba Fett, they needed to do the flashbacks all within the continuous line in the beginning, then just do the flash forward to, okay, here's current events.
That's also Star Wars.
Tank flashback. Yes, exactly.
Star Wars has always been about being in the present of the narrative.
Yes.
They don't do flashbacks.
No.
It's a continuous storyline. That's what makes Star Wars Star Wars.
Right.
You don't do a flashback.
Trying to figure out how to do the fucking real clear politics stuff.
I don't care about polls. I don't care about none of that. All that matters is you fucking vote. That's all that matters, because the rest of it's horseshit. It's like trying to predict the fucking weather. I was supposed to have thunderstorms all night. That lasted for 10 fucking minutes.
Wait. She said, what? Trump encouraged Putin to invade our allies.
What? When?
That's
receipts, people, please. But I know they don't have to. They don't have to. They just have to lay out their ass and people
they
will buy
never
it.
do that. They just say whatever the fuck they want.
That was in February of 2022.
We got photos of Tim Walz with Alex Soros from the and Huma Abedin.
I'm sorry. Tim Walz is a weird dude. He calls people weird. He's a weird dude.
He lies all the time. Well, not overtly, but he does little. He does that gaslighting bullshit in which you come out here and you go, I was having trouble, having a kid, and people with in vitro fertilization, trying to imply that he does the in vitro fertilization when he never did.
He did a different thing.
Yeah.
And also, they need Project 2025 is not a Trump policy.
They don't care. They think you're lying.
I know.
Funny.
It's the party of science. Science is about thinking critically. They don't think critically. They don't bother to investigate. They don't bother to research. I watch MSNBC so I know what the other side is saying. I want to know what they're thinking. I want to know how they're thinking. Why would I watch Fox? There's all spitting lies. I know Joe Scarborough is spitting a bunch of lies, but I still got to watch him to see how he says it.
What? Hold on. What is this? Twitter don't be gay. Twitter's being gay, of course.
We're not going back. But that we're not going back to Jim Crow. What the fuck is this? Who thinks this is happening?
Retards.
Doesn't matter. All they have to do is put it out there and act like it's a possibility.
Yeah, the thing, it's literally like, what the hell is this?
I saw.
So this said how all Americans with a brain feel right now.
Survivors of crime.
No
to
way.
remind them, no one should be justified alone.
Camilla Harris will never be my president. Whoa!
Survivors of crime.
No
to
way.
remind them, no one.
She was wearing blue.
Yeah, very dark blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked black on my TV.
A navy blue.
I get they did that as a gag, but goddamn, why would you ever do that to that? Don't do that to that.
I believe the
It was
Nelk
probably
boys,
a Walmart TV.
I believe the Nelk boys have a massive following.
Don't do that to my TV. Just don't. That looks so fucking nice.
Yeah, that's just a fucking tax write-off for them.
I know.
Also, don't make fun of fucking Wall's son.
No.
It's
like
poor
I said,
taste. Y'all look like a bunch of weirdos.
I mean, we can make fun of Hunter because Hunter is a grown man who is a fucking mess. Okay?
Well, we have photographic evidence of Hunter being a fucktard.
Look,
that makes it fair game.
There's a difference between a 16-year-old boy who appears to have
be 18.
Whatever, teenager, which has some learning. I think he may have some learning disabilities, and all he knows is he loves his dad, and he's proud to see his dad up on the stage. And his dad loves him.
Yep,
there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. And
look how they brutalized Rittenhouse, and look how they brutalized Barron Trump.
Well, no, but we're not them.
Doesn't matter.
No, we can't be them.
They set the rules.
Oh, also, supposedly Arizona Republicans filed a lawsuit against Katie Hobbs for issuing unconstitutional executive orders to facilitate the steal of the 2024 election. So they're trying to reverse shit she's done in the election for the election. So we'll see how that goes.
Should be entertaining.
I'm pretty certain that Tim Walz's son has learning disabilities or autistic.
I wouldn't be surprised if he like that kind of reaction for that makes sense. Like I'm trying to think, my dad being nominated as the vice president, I'd probably feel some way, right? Like I'd probably like that would definitely I'd have some sort of reaction. It wouldn't be over the top like that. But
how do you feel about Steve? Like he's running for president.
No, I'm just supporting him and you. This is my ticket.
That's
because
like,
what the F?
That's a little.
Hey, I got another one.
Supporting.
That's for myself though.
Fucking.
I would gladly be Steve's vice president.
And I would probably.
I actually was going to put Dermy on top, but I realized you're too young. So Steve's got to kind of live on for a bit. You're a bottom. Steve's on top.
JD Vance also had it. JD Vance also had a please clap moment. He was in some sort of Dell, and he's all like, "Do you know who I am? I'm running for vice president." And no idea.
Oh no.
Yeah.
JD, please.
No one knows vice presidents. No one gives a fuck about you.
Yeah, which is why they're now introducing Kamala Harris. Last year at this time, there are articles like Joe Biden needs to get rid of Kamala Harris.
There's still people that have no idea.
They're showing up pictures of the football team that it's Gutfeld. Gutfeld's on the show now. So he's showing the football team from last night.
You got President Trump reacting. He basically said, "Why the fuck didn't she do this when she was in office?" And hey, Cuomo's even coming out going like, putting everything, like all of the stuff that you're saying doesn't really work when you're just constantly blaming like one thing. What's your plans? What are you doing? You're not getting the independent. Everything she's saying isn't going to the independent. And I think there's more going on than what we think. The whole illegal immigrant thing, that terrifies me, but at the same time, I no longer can predict this. There's no.
We do not know about the niece, but
the niece is alleged, but the dead brother's wife thing is real.
Is accurate.
Yes, is real,
and so disturbing on both levels.
I mean, we're just here in the family.
Talk about being fucking weird.
No, wait. Hold on. Wait. So, bottom line, we know that Bo was the favorite son. Bottom line.
Oh, yeah, I can't shut up about him.
Because he was killed in Iraq.
Bo walked on water and fed 7,000 people. 7,000 people with the loaf of bread.
But probably Bo had a chance at politics in the future. And I'm certain I would have disagreed with him, but he didn't seem like the problem child that Hunter was.
Bro was going to be president one day. The pride and joy of the Biden family.
Yep. But so your favorite son dies, and I think that's also part of Hunter's problem. Hunter knows he's not the favorite son, which is an awful thing to think that like there's a favorite son. But so he does all this shit. Now you're the dad, right? You're the dad of this family. You're the patriarch. And now you find out your son is fucking your other son's wife. And you don't pull the kid. You don't pull the kid aside and go, "What the fuck is your problem?" Yeah. You don't hit him in the fucking face. You're fucking Bo's wife. What's your goddamn? You beat the shit out of your kid. And this is a grown man beating another grown man up.
To play devil's advocate here. Okay. What if, as times passed, Hunter, obviously this isn't true, but I could see it being normal that, hey, I loved my brother. His wife and I got very close after his passing. Now we're married and now we're fucking. Is that really a bad thing?
This is not Game of Thrones.
Under normal circumstances, I mean.
Is she also
modern circumstances? Yes.
Like we're not technically blood related. We're not blood related. She was just the wife of my deceased brother. We got close together after his passing because I was there to comfort him. We ended up falling in love over time. We got married. Now we're fucking.
I'm sorry. That's fucking weird.
All right. We need to wrap this up.
See how that's weird.
I have a question for everyone.
Yeah.
Before we wrap this up, do we want to watch a video of Vivek Ramaswamy buying a communist newspaper for $5?
Yes.
I feel it would be funny. Yeah.
Vivek doing anything would be awesome. I love Vivek. Wait.
Holy
Wait, I thought you went to like some commie land.
No,
he did. It's the DNC.
These are outside. Yeah, the DNC. These are people outside the DNC. Watch. I only watched like the first 5 seconds of this, but you'll see.
I like this. See, the communists have Venmo. They've got all the digital infrastructure. I like that. Well, we can do cash. What's your best book?
Oh, best book? Well, let's see. I don't want to give you one you might use. Here, how about if you want to know what we're about, brother?
That's good. Absolutely. What's this one about?
This is our paper. We write this and we produce it monthly.
How much is this?
Also $5.
All right. We'll give you
Why does it cost money?
Sorry, thank you.
Let's work together.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, why does it cost money?
Let me ask you. Here's my issue. This is one of my issues with Kamala Harris. I want your perspective on it. I think she has two issues. She has not stated her actual policies, and the reason I respect somebody like Bernie Sanders more than I respect Kamala, and I've said this numerous occasions, I'm not saying it just right now, is if you have convictions, at least stand by them. If you believe in single-payer health care, if you believe in an effective national health care system for all, then stand by it. But why adopt those positions 4 years ago only to back off of them today? I could disagree with you, but at least have the position and stick to it. That's sort of what my criticism is. And my suspicion is there might be some counterintuitive alliances between the so-called far left and actually segments of the so-called far right that want to stay out of foreign wars, that want to end crony capitalism and lobbying and government capture, to say that, you know what, there might be ways where you may not agree with 100% of what I say or what Donald Trump says,
God damn,
but you don't have to agree with 100% of what somebody says to think outside the box and vote a little bit differently. What do you think? I actually, you said I am here to listen a little bit, so I'd love to hear your guys' perspectives on why you're here and why you have your own disappointments with the.
Damn it! I want to know. He's trying to convert. I wish he would have mentioned something about how. Well, I mean, he did mention how they have Venmo and all the fucking
$5.
Their iPhones, their Samsung phones. All the stuff that would not exist in a communist society.
Yeah.
How much did that cost? $5.
Shit.
I mean,
whatever.
But the best thing is like he didn't do the thing that like we would naturally do. Is like, why does it cost money as communist? Mm-hmm. He just did it because that in itself, that's the smart thing. He's like, how much does it cost? Oh, because we know if it's communist, it shouldn't cost anything, but I'm paying you for it. Okay, so tell me about how true you are to your ethics. How true are you to your political opinion? Oh, it's not. It's a fucking skin suit because you're like showing off and pissing off dad or mom or something. You're not communist. Give me a break.
No, they're fucking privileged little children.
I need to watch more. I need to just watch more Vivek.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Vivek looks happiness in my heart.
No one likes it when we talk politics at the end.
I know.
That's why Steve left a long time ago.
Wait.
I don't know how he's going to give a speech at the convention. I have a shirt.
When we started talking politics during the Acolyte thing, views went to 0. So let's wrap this up. Dermy, what you got going on?
Well, we got Ballbusters tomorrow at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time because fuck all you weirdos, Central Time supremacy all the way. And we'll be having Dre on. It's been a while since I've had Dre on, and we need some black infused into the show. That way we can get racist again, not just homophobic. So that will be going on. And we will then Saturday. I don't know if you're doing anything Saturday, but I probably can't do anything until Saturday. So yeah, there's that.
Oh, we're talking about maybe doing the Chris Chan thing.
I probably can't make it.
Okay.
I have some stuff I got to do around the house.
So I know Fractured's a maybe too. I'll see what's up with Shock and Cloud. But I know Cloud's already watched it. If Shock hasn't seen it, and if he's available, we'll see if he will.
If I can get everything done in time, I'll be on. But I have to change brakes out on a vehicle. I have to put another tire on a vehicle. I have to actually like do labor, and then I have to prep for picking up a new car. So,
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of exciting.
yeah, I bought it already. Just have to get all the paperwork shit done, which I hate.
Does it have keys?
Well,
Yes, 2017.
Congratulations, Dermy, on the new vehicle.
Mhm.
Duke Devil, Mr. Brad, what you got going on?
Oh God, I hope actually I can get time to do a video this weekend. I actually still have not finished editing the final Star Trek Discovery review 2 months ago.
Oops.
I may do something on the Acolyte. My schedule has just been shit at work. So if I don't do any videos, I'll be back next week, Wednesday night on Wednesday Night Overbooked over on Legion Talks with Joker's Voice and Left Eye Ego, talk wrestling. And then I'll be back here next Thursday. And actually next Friday, is that the 30th? I think I'm on Ballbusters.
Yes. On the last,
And that'll be after I've been at fantasy football drafts. So we'll see how that goes.
Listen, you'll have to be drinking for me like everybody else is right now.
I will have already started.
And then I will say this: the 31st, I have a whole plan of streaming almost all day into the next day, and at midnight, I'm cracking open the beer.
And then you will pass out.
Probably.
Yeah, but the good thing is, like, your legs will support you before you pass out. You've been good in so many squats.
Kel has an important question. What kind of car did you get?
2017 Ford Explorer. It was a family friend's car that they were getting rid of. I drove it
Not
around.
bad.
It's a nice
Not
vehicle.
bad. Yeah, that's not bad.
I'm not. Look, real quick, guys. I don't go for the fancy shit. I go for a thing that can get me from point A to point B. If it drives.
I drive an 06 Chevy Colorado.
I've been driving minivans.
So you've stepped up your game.
Yeah. I used to drive SUVs, so I have something that
I also drive.
hidden.
It's actually an 05 Colorado, and I drive the 05 Colorado for the meme because I got it because it has a longer bed than most full size trucks do now, but also it's one of the smaller trucks out there, and so the big guy in the little truck as opposed to the little guy in the big truck meme.
Yeah, that's what some people don't know, and I think probably Kel understands this as well. Big people can't just drive any car.
Yeah.
Big guy have to have specific car.
The Colorado is actually the first vehicle I've had where I can't put the seat all the way back. It's the second to last. Otherwise, I actually almost don't reach if it's all the way back.
I wish I didn't fuck up the Tundra that I was driving for so long. That would have been that Tundra. It was a beat up Tundra. It was practically falling apart, but mother of God, I fit perfectly in it. It was a great vehicle. And when I was changing the oil, I accidentally dropped out all the transmission fluid.
Oh no.
and I fucked up the transmission. So
that will happen. No.
Yeah. I'm retarded.
And speaking of transmission fluid, fractured filter, what you got going on this week?
Oh, fuck is that supposed to mean?
Well, to be fair, we don't know what you look like. You could be having a voice modulator on. For all we know, you're a tranny.
Fractured
Caitlyn Jenner.
Fractured's the token black. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hang on. Where is that one? Oh crap!
Bring up the Lando.
I'm trying to. The Colt one was so much. There we go. Now I can say the N word without getting in trouble.
Do it. I dare you. Do it.
I don't want to nuke Static's channel.
Fine, I'll say it. Nigeria.
Thank you.
Wait. Quarter Black Garrett has a new channel coming out. It's called Nega Garrett.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Huh.
You have to fully pronounce it.
Anywho, Saturday Night Sith, same bat time, same bat channel. We got a few interesting topics, in particular with one famous voice actor that potentially lost his voice, but turned to God and it worked out for him. So I know that's right up Jay Hitman's alley for that sort of
Okay.
thing. And of course,
Yeah.
we will be rejoicing as well over the Acolyte and going over much of that nonsense. And PC Gamer being also very retarded this week. They can't help themselves. That'll be fun. I've also got a bunch of meme clips slapped together that some are old but turned into new. So I'm looking forward to including that for the intro this week. And of course, we will be watching Stargate SG-1. We are on episode of season 2, episode 10, Bane. This is where Teal potentially gets turned into an insect man and befriends a local child who helps him out and all that sort of good stuff.
Oh,
yeah, Brad knows. As it's the one kind of episode before we get into all the Tok'ra nonsense. So it's kind of unfortunate too, coming off the heels of Secrets, which was a really good episode with Daniel learning of Share being, well, he's full. Poor Daniel's in full cuck mode, but the whole Harcesis and stuff like that. We start getting that lore developing, and then we go right into Teal getting turned into a bug. But then, like I say, after that, 2 really solid episodes for sure. Looking forward to that. And not much else that I can think. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Was Daniel actually like a cuck?
I mean, to a certain extent,
kind of, sort of, cuck adjacent.
Probably.
It's a weird situation, but it's the easiest way to put it.
Legitimately, his wife was hot.
It was unfortunate
she was
for the
hotter
boy.
in the movie.
She was hotter in the movie. I agree. Anyway,
he knocked up the actress.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's they bumped ugly.
Have got a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Before he hooked up with Lexa Doig.
Exactly.
Also a hottie.
Mm-hmm. That he upgraded.
Daniel just gets everything.
Daniel, you keep up like this, you have a girl on every
Michael
planet.
Shanks got game.
Anywho, keep an eye out for any other potential gaming streams. I got to try and up my own game and get more streaming done because I've been kind of lax the last few weeks or so. And of course, I'll be back here. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Yep, we'll be back here. No idea what next Thursday holds in store for us, but I'm sure something terrible will happen, or I'll find something gross to watch, and
one of us can say the N-word. We'll
figure out how that goes. Otherwise, yeah, Monday Night Bloodbath. We'll probably have a DNC breakdown. And whatever else happens between now and then. We've got the big announcement from RFK tomorrow. See what he's got going on. And then Saturday, Chatterday, I might actually stream what I've been doing in Elden Ring. I haven't been streaming it regularly because I've streamed Elden Ring a bunch. But I am trying to get this current build that I have to the DLC at this point. I haven't bought it yet, but I will buy it when I get the character to that area. I'm actually about the same spot as you, Dermy. I just have to beat Margit in that spot where you beat him last week.
Mm-hmm. My goal is to get done. Is to beat the Flame Giant this Saturday, and because I had to look up how do you actually get into the DLC area. I also have to go down. I'm gonna wait till I beat the base game, then I'm gonna go get Melania. Then you have to go down. Then I'll go down and take care of the blood guy. I can never remember his name. It's like he's the brother of Margit. It's complicated, but you have to kill him. Then you have to touch the hand of the cocoon. That's how you get into the whole shadows.
I'm only like level 60, so I kind of want to grind out some levels before I go and do the DLC.
You should have fucking got the runes farm. You should have got the
I know. I'm only level 60.
I spent weeks getting
that will work for me still. But I'll do that. I'll do that soon enough. I'm just kind of going through the story. I don't think I'll play the Elden Beast because I think that fight kind of sucks. But yeah.
Do you
Anyways,
have to do the Elden Beast?
And then there's Ball Busters. Also, if I do stream Elden Ring, it will be on my Kick and Twitch. So Static 2020 at those places. I won't be playing on YouTube because I just don't want to screw with my algorithm here. And I don't care about the gaming channel. It's fucking weird. Just too much effort. Anyhow, that's what I've got going on. This is the end of the show. No outro video. So until next time.
I gotta work on that.
I'm spinning things. Until next time, have a good one.
You say you just could have played that goofy clip for the start, but okay.
Oh, you know what? I'll do that. Some people, Dermy didn't get to see that.
Oh yeah, he gets to see it now. Exactly.
Yeah, that Hugh's life will be so much better.
Yep, it's an important lesson.
It is.
How to capture a pure, untainted fart. You're going to want to fill a bathtub and get a fart receptacle. You're going to want to get your cup and you're going to want to fill it up with water. Then, when you invert it, you will notice that it is filled with water all the way in the jar. Now, when you fart towards the surface, the air will travel up and end up in the top of the jar here. Let's try it out. As you can see, the top of this jar has a little bit of air in it, but it's not air. Now, submerge the cup again and screw the lid on. Once you take it out of the water, you'll notice there's a little bubble in there. You know what that is. The final step is to